Hello.
Hello. So
I should open the stream so I can see it on the I can see the chat.
Yes.
That's the one thing I forgot.
I also forgot to at you in the going live thing.
That's fine. I'll just retweet it on my Twitter.
Okay.
Like I'm here.
Hello. Oh, yeah, I gotta do the Discord thing too.
Oh my gosh, I love how tiny I look next to you.
Oh yeah, hold on. I need to make it accurate. This is not accurate.
I'm a microorganism today, baby.
Nah. Also, apologies. My VTube studio is a little laggy today, but I'm keeping it because I wanted the Vincent color palette. This is my attempt at a Vincent color palette. I also have
a ponytail.
Yes, that is the best thing about it. And I also have a Charles color palette, but we're gonna use the Vincent one. And so yeah, today we're gonna be playing through Hello Charlotte episode 3. And the thing about this though is it's not a normal playthrough, it's a retrospective. And we're mostly gonna be analyzing it and like stopping at a few points to be like, oh yeah, this is and this and this. So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So like, if for whatever reason you are not around for Dot Hack, or not, why did I say Dot Hack? If you are not around for Hello Charlotte, leave now or you will be spoiled 2 bits and back. I've never looked at a singular second of gameplay of this game in my life, but go off.
Yeah. And watch out if you play Dot Hack, because there's obviously Hello Charlotte spoilers inside Dot Hack.
Yes. Especially because I'm the one playing it.
Yeah. That's where all the deep lore is for Hello Charlotte.
Yeah. You gotta play Dot Hack to get a better understanding of Hello Charlotte.
It's Charles's favorite game.
Yes. I think Charles would enjoy it.
I think he would too. I think he would.
Like, I could see him watching Dot Hack sign.
Much about. Yeah, like I only know about Dot Hack through what you have told me and your really good video on it. So, but from what I know about that, I'm like Charles would die. Yes. He'd love it.
So before we get into things, since it has been a while, we can introduce Harpie over here. If you'd like to say like your pronouns, a little introduction, and all that.
So, yes, I am Harpie. I am a bird. Any pronouns are good. Pretty much. That's that's it. I am a bird. I drink tea. I am very busy, but I like coming on Elio's streams.
Yes. It's always nice having Harpie here. Harpie and I both have a case of Hello Charlotte brainworms, and
yes,
we've been talking about doing this for a while because I've been working on a Charles and Vincent video for a while, and Harpie has been helping out with that, with both the analytical and some like art pieces for it. So
yeah, and the video is gonna be extremely good. Like I was screaming when Elliot was telling me the summary. So look forward to that. It's gonna be really good. Charles Vincent Nation.
Yes, Charles Vincent sweep. Let's go. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I don't have my PC plugged in. Let me plug in my PC. Maybe that's.
Oh yeah, and Elliot, do you wanna would it mess things up if you showed me the game on Discord just so I'm not dealing with the lag for the game?
No, not at all. Let me stream it to you. And also, I think I figured out what was causing the lag for my model. My battery was low.
Oh, yep, that'll do it.
Yep, my battery was low. Okay, let's go. We're normal FPS now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Can you see the game now, Harpie?
It's loading, but I can see that you started streaming it.
Okay.
It'll just take a second, I think.
Alright. Well, we won't get started for another couple minutes, I don't think.
Yeah.
Before we get started, Harpie actually showed me this one cool comment that we wanted to read out that was left on one of Manly's videos for Hello Charlotte, which is a really in-depth comment on just Hello Charlotte in general. We thought, well, we probably won't finish episode 3 today, so we thought we'd start with it at the start, and we will read bits and pieces of the comment, since it's quite a long comment. Did you?
Yes, it is very long, but it's really good. It's by Andre Arancio. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but if you go to Manly's Hello Charlotte episode 3 finale video, it's like the second comment down. It's a really beautiful piece.
Yes. And also, I guess before we start, I also want to say, since we do have Harpie here, I want to let you guys know, point redeems do not work on Harpie. Harpie is immune from point redeems unless Harpie themselves wants to engage in it. I'd also like to ask for less distracting point redeems to be done this stream, since I want to focus more on talking with Harpie and retrospective playthroughs of Hello Charlotte. So I'd like to ask everyone here to respect that, please. So thank you. But
yes,
yeah,
we cannot be interrupted in our unhinged analysis.
yes, no bunk chat or anything today. I also don't have.
All good.
Yeah, I don't have tits up either today because I don't want Harpie to get bonked as a result of me getting bonked. So yeah, no bonks today. And no color palette changes unless you want. Yeah, no splash damage. And no color palette changes unless you ask for me to change to Charles or Vincent, depending on if I get changed to Charles. We're just Hello Charlotte today, baby.
Yeah, all Hello Charlotte all the time.
Yes. I hear no bunk chat, so you're saying I'm safe. For now. But yes, did you want to start reading the comment, or did you want me to start reading it?
I don't mind.
Alright.
Shall we start reading from where the analysis starts, I guess?
Yeah, right after the ahem.
Read it. Yeah, the ahem.
Yeah. Alright.
You want to start?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So, Hello Charlotte is a story about a girl called Charlotte Wiltshire. She is a puppet, a living plaything designed to be manipulated and guided by a puppeteer, an extra-dimensional entity capable of altering time and controlling living beings. You, the player, she lives in this small house with a butler who is also a deer person called Aiden, who's obsessed with symmetrical things and dresses, an alien surgeon called Huxley, and his army of hazmat suit-wearing, soap-addicted workers. Charlotte must take care of Felix, Huxley's brilliant alien nephew, in his escapade to meet an oracle, a godlike being that exists in this world beyond the TV. In their adventures, they discover new worlds, find whole civilizations, both dead and alive, and die over and over again. But thanks to the time-resetting power of the puppeteer, Seth as they call you, they manage to find the oracle, and Charlotte merges with her, becoming the new goddess of this bizarre and insane universe.
Except that's not true.
Go
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if you were
yeah,
reading that
I
bit or
wasn't sure if you were gonna read it or not.
Maybe the person who read the paragraph can read the except it's not true.
Okay. Alright, except that's not true.
Hello Charlotte is the story of Charlotte, also known as Charlie, a trans girl with a neglectful household and severe schizophrenia. She spent her childhood years slowly losing her grip on reality till she developed imaginary friends, who became more real to her than reality itself. Soon enough, her father figure, who she would see as an omnipotent and distant observer called the Umbrella Man, managed to medicate her, and she could see the reality for what it actually was outside her mind, almost. However, in her teen years, when the idea of socializing and having to relate with other teenagers became too hard, she stopped getting her medication, and had to deal with her dysphoria and schizophrenia with the help of her not real friends. In that framework, she meets Vincent and Henri, a delusional suicidal boy who really believes that he is God, the god of this world, and a girl who loves her as a guy and will manipulate her into being her partner. Except that's still not true.
Hello, Charlotte is the story of Charles, a boy with a neglectful dad, a sick mother, and an unborn sister. A boy with Asperger's syndrome and psychopathic episodes. A boy whose dead sister manifests as a hallucination constantly, insulting him and pushing him into being perfect. A boy trapped in a relationship with a girl named Henri, out not of love, but of the mutual benefit both get in any other social interaction. A boy in love with a guy named Vincent, a masterful online writer with a horrible personal life and suicidal tendencies. A boy who wrote a fanfic of Vincent's work that was loved by Henri with a protagonist named Charlotte. Except, again, that is wrong.
Charlotte is a story that deconstructs a genre after another in each iteration, forcing the reader to love the setting, the characters, and the ideas just to spit in their faces about how ridiculous the very concept of fiction is, and how disgusting it would be if those creatures we play with were nothing more than actors playing their roles. In each game, the author takes a series of tropes and tears them apart, teasing you and laughing at you as you desperately pick up the pieces in your mind to make some semblance of the raw insanity of it. Except that still misses the mark.
Hello, Charlotte is a story made by the Russian indie game developer etherane. It is a story she wrote as a game, originally purely out of boredom and an emptiness filling her life. However, as time passed, she decided to start poking fun at the ideas and tropes present in the other object puzzle adventure games of the time, such as Witch's House and Madfather. Heavy use of gore and cheap deaths with multiple gory scenes, and a twist ending.
The game gained a small following due to her innate bizarre ideas and very particular aesthetic. That acceptance and love for her characters drove her to make a second game, which started out as a deconstruction of visual novel-y story-heavy games, like To the Moon. Episode 2 became all about the psychological drama and unsettling horror of knowing the mental state of this girl, while you find the truth of her situation and the struggles she has to deal with in a very metaphorical framework. With that, she decided to make Episode 3, Childhood's End. However, her paradigm changed midway through the development of Episode 2. She decided to give the series a proper finishing point, but at the same time use it to cope with the pain that had happened in her own life, and the experiences that had driven her to really dark places.
So she wrote. She wrote the story of a writer who, more than anything, used his art to be understood, used his art to understand, a writer who would lose his friends and family to mental illness and death, a writer who was her. She wrote the story of a god who had created a world to cope with his own personal issues, a god whose creations hated and were tired of being used and played with, a god that had to put up a proper show for beings that crawled outside the screen, ready to love and hate, praise and insult, create and destroy. She wrote the story of a girl lost in a world she couldn't understand, a girl whose strings were pulled by a force she couldn't control, both inside her own head and outside of it, a girl whose every social interaction was a fight to death, a girl who saw the world both as wonderful and horrifying. And she wrote an afterword.
An afterword about a girl who lost her family, one of them who she never got a chance to meet, who lost her friends to depression, who almost lost herself to suicide. An afterword of a girl who created a world to escape, but instead she found herself in it, staring right from the inside of the screen. She found others who cared about that girl and in turn cared about her too, watching from the outside of the screen. Hello, Charlotte is the story of truth and lies, twists and turns, loves and hates, insanity and the brilliance of the mind. It is a story of junk food gods and teddy bears, of requiems, eternity and immortality, of the end of childhood, of paper and junk, of purity and corruption, of life and death.
But above all, Hello, Charlotte is the story of the girl behind the screen, who said, "Hello, world," and the audience on the other side of it, who said, "Hello, Charlotte."
And that's kind of where it ends.
Yep.
It's just the author's thoughts, but there is so much in that comment, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that was a really good comment.
Yeah, so shout out to what was it? her name again? Andrea Rancho. 5 years ago on Manly's Hello Charlotte finale video. Very, very good.
Yes. Thank you for showing that comment to me, Harpie. That being said, man, veterans discount for anyone who was around when Elio was streaming Hello Charlotte. Yeah, I think that was 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah, God, and Hello Charlotte's like episode 3 is like what, like 5 years old now?
Yeah, I remember it kind of came out around my birthday, and I had friends that were into Hello Charlotte, and then I decided like a little bit after my birthday to buy the games, and I played through episode 1. What was the interlude episode between the one that's not
Delirium?
Yeah, Delirium. I played 1, Delirium, and 2 in one night, and episode 2 completely destroyed me, and I had to take a break.
I think I watched them as Manly played them, and I watched episode 1 and 2 through him, and yeah, like I remember, like I think my first fan art of Hello Charlotte was just like the grey ending.
Oh man.
Because I was like, I need to draw Oracle Charlotte so bad. Then I remember when episode 3 came out, I was I started to watch Manly's video, but because it was like episodic, I was like, fuck it, I want to play it myself. And I just bought the game.
Some of the most fun I had watching super old VODs.
Yeah.
God. I only remember me and Casa being around back then when I was streaming Hello Charlotte. Who else was around? I think Goldie was around, and I think Yen appeared for some of them. I know Yen didn't really stick around too much for episode 3, because Yen has a distaste for episode 3, which I can understand why people wouldn't like episode 3, but I really like episode 3, and so does Harpie.
I think it's kind of like, depending on why you like the series, it's something that either is an extension of everything good about it, or it's something that goes against it, and I think it's up to like people's personal preferences of like why they enjoy it.
Definitely.
I'm just looking at like my playtime for Hello Charlotte 1 and 2, and like episode 2, episode 3 I have 21.8 hours, and I think that's just on this computer.
Yeah, God.
Elio, it's actually not streaming on the Discord also.
Oh, it's not streaming?
Yeah. Like, it's showing me something, but I just see your icon.
Oh, shoot. Hold on.
I only just noticed.
Can you see it now? It should say, come gather, both the young and the old.
No, I didn't. That's odd.
Oh, hold on.
I just see you giving me a little peace sign.
Let me see. That is so weird. Maybe I'll have to share my screen then. Just my screen. Okay, can you see my entire screen?
That's fun. Oh wait. Okay, now it's giving me watch stream option. Okay, here we go. I can see your entire screen now.
Okay.
Yay.
Alright, you're gonna see 2, because this is how I see my streams as. You're having the Elio viewing stream experience.
Yes. Well, this is actually good because then I can look at the chat and the game at the same time.
Yeah. I think I
always forget how tiny the screen for Hello Charlotte is.
Yeah, it's so tiny, but honestly, as someone that primarily streams from one monitor, I appreciate RPG Maker games being this small.
Yeah, right.
I think
the people on stream cannot see this, but if you've ever played Hello Charlotte for yourself, like the window is like 1/8 of the size of your monitor.
Yeah, it is so tiny. It's a bit bigger for you guys watching on stream, but
I actually might have to get my glasses to read it. Wait, no, I can just put my head close.
I feel that. I got my glasses in my hands for when I need it.
Yeah.
I know, like, my tracking is bad when I have my glasses on, though, so I take it off when I don't need it. I think I actually watched episodes 1 and 2 through Manly, and played episode 3 for myself, and the reason why I made the Steam guide was because I suffered so much getting the answers okay. Yeah. Thank you for writing that Steam guide, Jackie.
Yes, oh my god, that guide has saved my butt, because whenever I remember, like, the puzzles, I'm just like, I am not brain cell enough for this.
Episode 3 is good, but also a bit of a weird mixed bag, yeah. I like all the installments, so I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, same here. I think the one that's probably the weakest for me is episode 1, but it's still, like, set up so many good ones. So many good
like,
plot points.
Yeah, I think, like, episode 1, when I first played it, I was very intrigued by the scenes, like, the don't make me a murderer bit. I was like, ooh. Yeah. And then the bit at the end, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I really liked, like, the TV world and, like, the Oracle stuff that was going on. I definitely think if episode 2 was kind of the same thing as episode 1, I probably wouldn't be as into Hello Charlotte as I am now, but it was still quite an alright setup, especially because of how it was kind of like a not really ragging on, but deconstruction of RPG Maker games.
Yeah, and I think each game kind of like being, well, I guess episode 3 is more similar to episode 2, but I think that 1 and 2 being kind of deconstructions of different genres that are both made by RPG Maker games, because it's kind of like episode 2 is definitely more like
kind of off.
Yeah. It's more like an off style RPG, whereas
especially with the battle system.
Yes, and I love that you can just fucking run away.
Yeah, like the battles are pointless.
I remember when I first played it, I didn't quite get what it was going with there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna miss, and then I'm like kind of coming back on it, I'm like, oh, well, the game feel is replicating the experience of trying to socialize.
I love that, and how you have to take like pills.
It's less mentally taxing. Yeah!
To restore your HP.
Yeah, gosh. And it's kind of like, what I love about this series is it just gives you, and I think what the comment captured really well that we read out, is that it gives you so many lenses with which to view the story, and all of them are kind of held equally.
Yeah.
Like, I know that, like, the true realm, like, I know that Charles's story is, like, the true story or whatever.
Yeah.
And I love that it is, but don't think that the way in which it's presented, at least for me, I don't think that makes any other reading that you would have had on episodes 1 and 2 any less relevant.
Yeah. Like, me personally, I really adored episode 2's, like, small reveals with Charlotte, like, the whole thing before, like, when the aliens came in, and, like... Yes. That was one big thing that caught my attention with Hello Charlotte, was like, Charlotte trans? Real?
Yes! God, the CG of her, like, I didn't even have the words for it at the time, because that was, because I played it when I was still very, in denial of myself, and it was kind of one of those moments where that part resonated with me so strongly, but I couldn't describe why, and just that CG would haunt me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the CG in my head right now, with the hair and everything. Oh man.
Yes! It's so good! And it's just, even if you're not doing like a gender and sexuality reading of it, just that idea of like having to accept the parts of yourself that you don't want to, and kind of noticing that you do have things about yourself that you don't want. Like, any narrative that deals with kind of how we conceptualize the self is already one of my favorite things. I'm just like, oh, it's you.
My first time playing it, I was so put off with episode 3 because episode 2 hit me so hard. It was a shock. After my second playthrough, I really got episode 3 and adored it. Yeah. I remember I was so shocked when I played episode 3, seeing Q84 especially, because I was like, where is my baby?
Yeah, and I think, like, it makes a lot of sense when, if you read, I'm not sure if these materials are still available, because I know that, like, etherane has had, like, things come and go from their Twitter. But I remember, like, the original kind of, like, statement that they put up on their Twitter after Hello Charlotte 3 was released, talked about how they were reading up on like games, and I think this was like similar to when V3 came out, and I think like they referenced it, but they were talking about games that actively are aggressive towards the player and are actively trying to upset the player as a part of their intended narrative, and that made Q84 make so much sense to me, because it is that reaction of like, it really hurts to see someone who looks exactly like my Charlotte doing this shit.
Yeah, it honestly, episode 3 was a lot of that. It's like taking what you've seen from the first 2 games and just kind of flipping it. And I could say that, like what we were saying earlier with episode 3, how it can really make people upset because of that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like making you think about that decision you made at the end of episode 2, where it's like, oh, like, you wanted to see a Charlotte that grew up without your influence? This is it! Charlotte became self-aware!
Who is this sassy
Oh my
lost
God.
child?
I know, like, as much as I will always cherish the My Charlotte choice over the Q84 choice, I do adore Q84 as a
Yeah,
character.
Q84 is great. Like, when I first played through episode 3, I was like, where's Charlotte? But now I absolutely adore Q84 and all that she brought with the story.
Yeah, and it's like really continues that thread that we've been seeing since Hello Charlotte episode 1, where it is taking that trope of the innocent girl who gets subjected to horrors beyond her comprehension and being like, well,
Now I am
not
your
everybody
horror.
can fit that role. Yeah, like I will become the horrors beyond my own comprehension.
But yeah.
Just to spite you. No, and like I love her. I remember like oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the artist, but like I bought like a bunch of Lobotomy Corporation and Hello Charlotte merch from like this one artist,
Ooh.
because I was like, oh my god, they have both these things. Yes.
Both of your hyperfixations.
I know.
No, they just need twisted.
I know, right? They just need the
Fatamoru.
yeah, like no, I literally made like a Venn diagram of like Yasod from LobCorpville from Twist, Kuronosuke from Kuragahime, and Charles Isla. That's the level of unhinged I am. But anyway, I bought like most of the Hello Charlotte stuff. I'm going to go back soon because they've stocked more, and I want all of them. But I bought like these 2 Q84 pins that just say one of them is just like join white society, and then the other is her saying become white with us, and I have them on display in my room.
Oh man.
And I just had a moment of terror realizing if someone goes into my room and sees this shit and doesn't understand
Oh god, yeah. I can only imagine. Oh god. Like,
I know, I'm a white supremacist, I swear.
yeah, I think, did etherane make like a white society shirt? Or
Yeah, I think it was she made like a charm of Q84. I'm not sure if that was one of the shirts. Maybe it was. I know that there were a couple of Oracle Charlotte
yeah,
shirts on
I
Redbubble
definitely
that I
know
think you
there
can
was
still
an
buy.
oracle. Yeah, ooh, I need to buy the etherane merch. I was not able to capture the wood carving like charms that they had, and I was so sad because I wanted the Vincent.
I was so lucky. I was so lucky I got them. They are in my room. I'm really bummed that I didn't get the charm, because this was I was only aware that it existed after episode 3 came out, but they had like a charm of the scene in the forest from Hello Charlotte 2 where the CG where Vincent's sticking his hand out, and I'm like, I would have loved that.
I was so sad that I started Hello Charlotte like after episode 3 came out, because I missed out on so many good merches. But yeah, let's see.
Etherane, I will buy whatever you put out. Etherane,
Etherane,
please.
release some more Vincent merch for me. But yeah.
True Realm Trio on anything, and
Yes!
I will buy.
Yes, same. I love the True Realm Trio so much. I just like, I'm not kidding when I say Heaven's Gate is probably my favorite. Like, Hello Charlotte. I know a lot of people look at Heaven's Gate and they're like, Heaven's Gate is boring. And I'm just like, I just really love True Realm, and I just want them to be happy.
So good. It's so good. Like, I remember when I first came out, I was kind of like, as it was going, I didn't really like that they made Vincent a cult leader. I didn't understand why they did that. But then, like, when I got to the ending, I was like crying my eyes out. And then going back on it, I've softened to the whole. I can see why etherane was doing that now.
Yeah.
I remember at the start, I was like nervous.
Also, thank you for the hydrate try. I forgot to mention that I hydrated. Thank you.
Oh yes, I'll take a sip.
How is Heaven's Gate boring? Don't talk to me if you thought Heaven's Gate was boring. Yeah, Heaven's Gate became one of my most viewed videos on YouTube. I think because I was perhaps the first person to upload it on YouTube, if memory serves.
I think you are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure if you look up Heaven's Gate, I remember because when I replayed it because I did like a full replay of the series last year, and I remember like I replayed Heaven's Gate, and then I was like, you know what? I didn't see Elio's original stream of this. I think because it was before we became friends.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see what his reaction is to Heaven's Gate.
Me crying at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, people hate Heaven's Gate because no music. Like, dude, it's not long. Take it as a book. Yeah, like, you can just put on, like, your favorite, like, soundtrack or whatever on YouTube. Get some, like, atmospheric music or something.
Passages is literally free to use music. Like, oh gosh, I'm just forgetting the composer's name right now. But, like, most of his music is free to use and readily available on YouTube. Just look up Passages yourself and play it.
Yeah, what Whiskey said is right. If you look up Hello Charlotte, Elio definitely comes up as one of the first results. Yeah, I have accepted that I am the Hello Charlotte guy.
Yeah, you are a Hello Charlotte influencer.
Yes, the one and only Hello Charlotte influencer. Yeah, okay, I just looked it up. Right under Manly is my video.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit more down, you see the Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
That literally me. I was one of the few people recommending Hello Charlotte to Elio and was eagerly awaiting his reactions the entire time. Yeah, let me see. Were these the charms? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted this one so bad. And there was one, with Charles with the eyeballs. I remember that.
Yes, and I'm sad that I didn't get Henri. I think I got the Charlotte and Frey one and the Bennett, and then I got Vincent and Charles, and I wish I got Felix and Henri as well, but I remember that was before I had begun working, so I couldn't
They're
afford.
so pretty. The like wood cutout charms are really underrated, I think.
Yeah.
But
anyway, shall we start the game?
Yes, let us start. Do you want to be the one reading this, or do you want me to be the one reading this?
We can assign, we can alternate, we can assign characters.
Okay. Could I be Vincent?
Yes, and I'll be Charles.
Alright.
I wish I had an alternate picture of myself with the black hair. God.
Get like emo edit. Harpie.
The Charlesification of Harpie.
Alright. So, do you want to read this?
Yeah, okay. Come gather, both the young and the old. Come enjoy the show. A show of life, lies and gods. Sorry, it's tiny text.
Yeah.
Of twists and turns and imperfection. Of sterile whiteness and ink black vomit.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot about ink today. I hope you guys are
Yes!
ready.
Enter the ink zone! Bleeding into splendid gray.
Oh god. Again, I'm just thinking about the white and vomit blending into gray.
Ink and paper princess time, baby!
Yeah, paper princess. Don't get me started on the ink princess story. I'ma cry. Yeah, like a big thing that me and Harpie have been talking about, and Jackie too. Jackie's been making designs for it. We've been talking a lot about the ink and paper princess, Harpie sent me a DM that was talking about how the point of paper is to be stained by ink. Like,
yeah. People don't use paper only to put nothing on it. Unless I guess it's like
origami
you're making,
or
like,
something.
a paper craft or something.
Yeah.
But even then, most of those papers are like very colorful.
Yeah, they're not just plain white for the most part.
Yeah. Unless Q84 was making them.
Yep.
Of paranoia and psychosis. And the brilliance of a human mind.
Yeah, a human mind. One human's mind.
Well, do you want to be Umbrella Man, or shall I?
Let's see. Considering who he talks to, would you say I should voice him?
Oh yes, because he talks to Charles.
Yeah. Welcome back, dear puppeteer. Long time no see. What are you here for, I wonder? The truth? Entertainment. Also, I can't forget one edit I did for one of my stream highlights of episode 3. I put him on Monica's from DDLC's like sprite. I think for this cutscene or something I was referencing DDLC.
Well, I guess this whole game is just Charles.
Yeah, just Charles.
Like, I think, like, my friend Cass, this is, like, vague Umineko spoilers, but I remember we were talking about, when I introduced my friend Cass, shout out Cass, love you dearly, but when we were talking about, Hello Charlotte after I, first recommended the game to her and she first played it, she made, like, a meme that was, like, Beatrice from Umineko being like, I am most of the characters in this game. And then Charles being like, you are a little baby, what's this?
Also, speaking of...
every character in the game.
Yeah, Jackie is a big Umineko fan. Jackie is Crimson Red Thread, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Jackie loves, like, Rika, and so, by extension, you know who.
Yes. Yes, I have the same reaction. They are my bastard gremlin daughters who've done everything wrong.
Precious babies.
Precious babies who have committed all the crimes.
Don't call me out, man. And here I am. I really love Maria, because I was actually in an Umineko fandom.
Maria is my favorite character too. I love her.
She's so good. Just her development.
So good.
Like I haven't played all of Umineko, so obviously I don't know the complete story of her. But what I've read of her, I'm just like, keep her close.
Wait till you find out what "oo" means.
Ugh.
You'll never be the same.
Oh God. Oh, you gotta go charge your phone. Okay, see you later, Risky. Alright.
I remember my friend Sian is like a massive Q84 fan, and they're also like a massive fan of Erica. And I remember once I posted, because both Erica and Q84 have that sprite where they have the kind of mismatched eyes and the shit-eating grin.
Oh yeah.
I posted them together, and my friend was just like, why would you do this to me?
Oh my God. I love that. Alright, let's see. The truth. Entertainment. Romance. Oh, don't tell me you're here because of our contract. If that is true, I will do anything in my power to help you save the child. In fact, I've already made my preparations for the journey. All you need to do is to see it through from the beginning to the very end. Don't forget to save your puppet's data. Well then, I hope you'll enjoy the show. But she won't know who I am.
Oh wait, which of us should read for Q84?
That's a good question.
Maybe you should because like Charles talks to her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Charles does talk to her a lot. In the beginning, there was a voice. The voice I knew belonged to. Oh, yeah, okay. Voice I knew belonged to Mother. Again, more pointing out, like, with Charlotte and Mother and Charles.
Yeah. I love I remember back in the day, there was like I never actually saw people arguing this, but apparently like there were people arguing that like the game was ableist because of the whole like mother producing perfect daughter and like defective Charlotte's thing. And I'm like, you do understand that the whole thing about mother needing to produce a perfect daughter that fits a specific formula is seen as a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Like-
People actually thought that? What?
Yeah, I saw people thinking that. And I'm like, you know, your heart is in the right place. If it was portraying it as justified, then it would be shitty. But the whole point is that like it's reflecting Charles's relationship with his mom and how he wanted to like be the embodiment of that perfect daughter, and how like Charles, who like does in his own body have like things that would disqualify him from being that perfect daughter category, like it's you know.
I accidentally pressed a button and went ahead. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway.
It's okay.
What was I gonna say? That whole thing that you were just telling me reminded me of like the people that the whole like white society meetings. Like so many people had the message of them just fly over their heads. Like the criticism of it that the whole segment of the game was, and I'm just like, you guys understand that you're the type of people that etherane is criticizing, right?
Yeah, I think I think like I can understand how some of that stuff is easy to miss, but you kind of need, and this is why like I think Hello Charlotte 3, a lot of people who dislike it will say that it feels so different to the first two games, which I guess it does, but everything about it is an accumulation of all of the ideas that have been present throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
Like the stuff with Mother, for example, because we were talking about that, is like how Charlotte in the first game is supposed to be that perfect, goodest girl who gets thrown into suffering.
Yeah.
And is like, you know, you play enough RPG Maker games,
It's especially
you see a lot of people not trying to differentiate between the characters of this archetype, you know?
Yeah.
And so she's expected to fall in line with this archetype. And Mother's influence is that she will, like the whole, and that is reflected in the scene where Scarlet becomes
Yes,
her.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it's especially prudent that Scarlet is Charlotte. And the whole game is that when Charles was struggling with the whole fact that, you know, he's not Scarlet and all that. And how, like, this has all been an accumulation of connecting to that. Like, with Charlotte's whole struggles and everything. Like, tying the thread all together to Charles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what, like, every time I replay this game, I notice some new connection. And I'm gonna have a big rant about this later, because it is a topic very near and dear to my heart. But the first time I played it, I didn't fully notice how deeply rooted Charles's OCD is to the entire nature of the game. And then, because it's mentioned once in the art gallery, and you're like, and I think it's mentioned in where he has his like medical report in the drawer. I think they mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time being like, oh, neat. But I didn't.
Then you see
I thought
stuff
that like,
like,
you know, his psychosis is the more prescient thing that you see him suffering from. But then you realize when the house is a reflection of his mindscape,
yeah,
everything in the house is a loop. Everything in a house is running on logic that makes sense to
Christine.
Charles but doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah. And like I always like when I think about like Charles's and everything, like I remember that one scene with the hands washing. Like there's that one quote that kept repeating over and over and over again that was like, it was something like something wash it never comes off or something like that, and it just kept
like,
repeating.
I think it was like wash, repeat, rinse, repeat, it's never enough.
Yeah.
And like for those of you who have not experienced an episode of compulsion and repetition, that is what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just doing the same thing, and even though you're executing it to within the perfect standard, your brain tells you that you haven't. Mm-hmm. And you need to do it again, and you can't leave until you do. And it's very intense.
Let's see. Okay. Who was I meeting? Who was going to take care of me? Just who was I saying this to? I didn't know. I had no way of knowing.
Oh, I just noticed something!
Oh?
Well, like, you know how, like, the first thing that Charlotte says when she meets Seth is, like, please take care of me? Q84 just said who was going to take care of me because Seth isn't there!
Yeah! Oh my god!
Oh,
shit! Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
I literally noticed something new! Like, I have replayed this game, like, at least, like, 10 times, I would say, over my lifetime. And, like, I keep noticing new shit.
Right? There's so much loaded in this. Oh my god. What was my purpose? Why was my head filled with memories of people I didn't know? Just, what was I supposed to be?
Ugh.
Be a good girl, okay? The voice repeated.
Yeah, see, this is the shit we're talking about!
Yes!
This is the shit we're talking about!
That's what we'll talk about, baby!
Yeah!
A good girl. Is that what I was? Oh, you don't have to be. Another voice interrupted. That moment I knew. Before me stood the god of this world!
Charles being like, be whatever you want, my fucked up little gremlin. Fly free.
Episode 0.
And so it goes.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
My face went hello, Charlotte.
Oh!
Oh.
That dream again. What a way to start a new day. Have you ever played milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk?
I haven't played it myself, but I have watched it.
Yeah, I played it recently, and the oh thing always sticks out of me.
Oh.
Oh. What a way to start a new day.
Are you gonna play milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag?
Oh yeah, I have it in my Steam library, so I am planning on playing it sometime soon. Oh well. I should greet everyone before going to school.
I love how school is always capitalized.
Yeah, it's like that important. Inside the drawer is a stack of white society pamphlets ready for distribution. Stay white with us, reads the front page.
And that is where you normally find the photo of Charlotte and Henri.
Welcome to... Well, aren't you broken? That reminds me, if you put dead animals into this Omnicube, they start moving again. Mad Cat.
I've been thinking that too, like R.I.P. Mad Cat.
Mad Cat. 48 minutes in and we barely started the game because it's too easy to nerd over the story. Yeah, this is gonna be like a multi-part series. And like half of it is pausing, being like, hold on.
I know, this is just gonna take us like 2 months.
Right?
We'll finally be finished. and we will have excised all of our thoughts, and then a week will pass, and then we'll be like, wait, we have new thoughts.
Yeah, we'll be like, okay. New stream. We'll play Heaven's Gate now.
No. And then we'll just both be crying.
A nice full personality and color bedroom. It's white, just how I like. The current user has restricted. No. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just thinking, like, the comment about Heaven's Gate made me think about, you know how, like, later in the game it's revealed that kind of all of these cycles are happening at the same time and that the other Charlottes are still there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it kind of reminds me how in Heaven's Gate, where the events of Hello Charlotte both have happened and have not happened.
Yeah, I actually...
You know?
I actually got a comment recently that, like, well, I do know that, like, Heaven's Gate is kind of like this middle ground of, like, being canon and being not, because it's kind of like an alternate world set for the True Realm. But, I mean, isn't that just Hello Charlotte at its core at the end of the day?
Exactly! Because really, the whole game is just about putting you in the mindscape of this one person and you trying to make sense of it, because that's what Charles is trying to do.
Mm-hmm. And
it's very similar to Blade in that way.
I think one reason why I like Heaven's Gate also so much is because a lot of Hello Charlotte, we see it through the view of the lens of whoever is telling us the story, or in a way that, you know,
which is all Charles.
Yeah, in the way that Charles wants you to see it. But in Heaven's Gate, it takes a bit more of like a third person, like, glance more than the other games, which I appreciated analyzing it from that standpoint, seeing like how like people are outside of Charles's what's the word for it? Out of his perspective or whatever of the people, like especially like looking at Henri. Henri is one big person to look at and compare and contrast her in like each game, because she definitely has her similarities in each game, but she also is really different in each game too. Like I think like one of them is like the Henri, like a bit more of a demonized Henri, and then one is more of a sympathetic look at Henri, and then like in Heaven's Gate we get like Henri like as she is, which I really liked. So yeah. The current user has restricted access to the data module. I forgot I'm not tabbed in. Log in? Why not? Logged in successfully. No data available. I accidentally cleared all the data the other day. Whoops. So let me...
Love how, like, Q84 just blatantly fucks with your expectations. Like, in both games, they start pretty much the same way, and then Q84 was like, whoops, no war for you, fucker.
Oh, yeah. Can look at... Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. So we got name, Charlotte Wiltshire, unit Q84, strength 3, stamina 2, dexterity 3, intelligence maxed out, and look at a 1. Strength,
big brain Q84.
But she is very unlucky. Strength, high analytical ability, weakness, weak stamina. And then we got our coins here. And we have no tasks. And we don't have the gallery.
Can we read the manual? Yeah. Fresh save.
Yeah, fresh save.
Otherwise, all the data would be corrupted.
Yeah, I was a bit worried when I re-downloaded it, because I don't think I played it on this laptop. I was like, oh, will Stream remember that I played this? Because I remember, actually, when I played episode 3 on stream, I played it on the same laptop that I had originally played it, and I had to have a moment for myself to like get rid of the data because it started with the kids screaming.
Yes, oh my god, yeah. And it's like, I remember when I was first streaming it to my friend, aforementioned friend Sian, who loves Q84, Like, I didn't realize that, like, unless you had a save at the very beginning of Scarlet's part, like, you won't be able to access it by playing through the game, because then it just, like, shuts down. And I'm like, oh. So I was just like, I think I had a save in, like, the elevator soon after, but I'm like, okay, so in summary, things are fucked. Wiltshire is murdering everyone.
Imagine showing for the first time to newcomers the child screaming. Yeah, I was a little nervous, so I had the game open on like the starting soon screen. And I was like, okay, please don't give me the screaming children. So I'm glad we got to start without the screaming children. The current user has restricted access to the majority of the areas on 1 floor and 2 floor. I don't really need to use it anyway. The elevators like me. I'm perfectly white today too. All the clothes inside are white. They're neatly folded. There are a few books on the shelf. 1984, The Castle, Fahrenheit 451. Yo, this is just like 1984.
Of course, like, this is Q84's taste in book.
Yeah. And Q84's name is definitely taken from 1984. I wonder why.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't read most of these books anyway. But when I mention these titles, people think I'm smart.
God, that she just doesn't read them.
She's just like, oh, I'm an intellectual. I don't actually read these though.
Yeah, I love how she has the highest intelligence stat, but she's also like, fuck books.
Current mood, a bunch of creepy possessed children screaming at high volume in unison. There's only white noise on this TV. Some of the tenants enjoy watching channels like these. Dr. Huxley says they have calming properties. My cousin listens to white noise to help her fall asleep. A reporter is happily reading the news in a loop. Watch TV? Heck yeah!
These junk foods.
Consume. Nobody understands you? Have a hard time with words? We have a solution! Link, trademark. Connect your minds instantly. Say no to misunderstandings. We are not responsible for side effects caused by the use of Link products, including brain damage, internal ulcers, full or partial body paralysis, hallucinations, and excessive sweat secretion. No delay! Link today!
I love how Hello Charlotte covers, like, 2 of my all-time themes, one being the aforementioned, like, conceptions of the self, and the other being, like, communication. Like, just juicy. I love all of it.
Yes. And I love how it references all my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Funny to say that because no one has read 1984 when the meme comes around. Yeah, the whole meme of 1984 is like people being like, oh, this is just like 1984. But the people that are saying it don't understand it. Yeah. No,
I remember, I've already told my story about getting into, like, an argument with an English class about when I was a kid.
Oh my god.
About being like, he dies at the end! Why don't you guys understand this?
I remember I kind of had, like, a similar kind of run-in with my English teacher, because we did not read. We watched the movie of, I don't know if you're familiar with it, The Green Book.
I did. Oh, The Green Book. No,
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say 1984, and I'm like,
No.
I remember my classroom was traumatized with that movie.
No, we watched the movie for The Green Book, and my teacher was heaping praises upon it, and, like, the bad thing about The Green Book is that it is a lot of the things that they did with the movie was it is talking about this white guy transporting a black guy and using, like, the Green Book, which is like a guide for travel for African Americans during a time when, you know, they couldn't, like, they had to be careful of, like, you know, sunset towns and all that. A lot more than nowadays, even though we still have sunset towns, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the thing is the movie had a lot of the white, what was that term? White savior complex with the main character. And I had looked into the movie a bit, and the person that made the movie was making it from like a lot of it was from family that was related to like the white guy and stuff, and they didn't get any like they didn't talk to the family of the African American guy, and when they saw the movie they were like, this is inaccurate to them. Like, this is not their actual relationship. Like, it portrays them in the movie as like these really like friendly, like they're deep friends throughout this journey and stuff, and they're like, that was not how they were.
Yeah.
Like, this is not an accurate retelling.
I'm just like, I am very reticent to watch anything that's like adapting from true events anyway, just because like I have seen it like there's some things that do it really well. Like if you've ever seen the musical Fun Home, that is fucking phenomenal. You will cry your eyes out, but it's a really good telling of adaptation of Alison Bechdel's biographic comic.
Ooh.
But like when it's Hollywood though, I'm like yeah.
Yeah, like when I saw the movie, I did enjoy it, but then like a little bit near the end of class, I got curious because I had this feeling while I was watching it. I was like, this feels a bit too white savoury, like a bit white savoury was this plot. So I went and I looked it up, and it was like the family of the African American guy just completely denounced the movie. Like, they're like, you should just interpret this as fiction and not based on true events, with how much liberalness that they took with you know, the events. So
yeah,
it really, it's a shame. But
yeah, I think like if you're like changing details for stories like that, if you have the ability to work with people who were there, like do so and get them to approve the changes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just, my goodness. At that point, you should just make like fiction inspired from the events and not, you know, saying based on a true story. Like
yeah. No, I remember there was like this is me talking about Australian theatre here, very specific, but there was a play, the first iteration of it was called Property of the Clan, and it was based around actual murder of a 14-year-old girl that happened on the coast. And the playwright worked with the people in the town and interviewed them about it. And for the first iteration of the play, from my understanding of it, from what I remember, I wrote a paper on this back in uni, but like people didn't mind it, like the people who were from the town, I mean, and the people who were involved, because they were included in that process. Then, for whatever reason, the playwright made a revised version of it called Black Rock, and it takes on this very sympathy for the murderer type thing. And it was kind of having the opposite sentiment of the original play, and the people from the town and her family were like, what the dude?
Yeah, what?
Like, why would you do that?
That's like,
and then he was like, oh no, Black Rock isn't based on the murder of her, like like it's different. And then they were like, how can you say it's different when it's the same basic plot and you interviewed all of us about it?
Yeah, that like reminds me of all of like the Jeffrey Dahmer and like true crime.
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
Movies where they make like the actor for him just be like really attractive and like a bit sympathetic towards the murder, and I'm like, bro, what the hell?
I'm just like, if you want to tell a story like that, just make it about fictional people.
Yeah, exactly. And it reminded me of another thing, actually. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up to see if they came to a conclusion on it or not. But I had heard what was that one movie? There was like a movie last year, where the crawdads sing.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I haven't read the book though or seen it.
Yeah, so the thing with the movie when it came out, it brought a resurgence of people looking at it. And apparently some people noticed that the details that were shown in the movie and book were very similar to an actual murder that had happened. Like the scene and the details. And so, but a lot of it was like details that wasn't public. So a lot of people are suspecting the original like writer of the book to have been involved in the crime.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've like debunked that or confirmed it yet. I didn't go through like looking that up, but it just kind of reminded me of that. But yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. Anyway, be tactful when you're writing about that stuff, people.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Please, like if you're doing real stuff, like taking like real experiences from people, please make sure that it is accurate. Please make sure that you get, you know, the confirmations from the people involved that they're okay.
Yeah.
Like not just with the authenticity of it, but also that they're okay with their story or their experiences being experienced by other people.
Yeah, and if you need to make changes for the sake of narrative, fucking ask.
Yeah. Like,
and if they're not alive anymore, just don't make changes.
Exactly. Like, so many people are like, oh, I'll ask the family and get, like, the family's confirmation. Like, I don't know. Not every family, you know. Especially, like, if it's, like, LGBT, like, people. Like, talking from the family about the person's experiences.
It's like the Bohemian Rhapsody movie where they were asking like Freddie Mercury's bandmates about it, but they had bias.
Like, you gotta get it from the person involved, not from other people, because at the end of the day, that is other people's perspective on how they went through it.
Yeah.
But the person could have a completely different outlook on how things went, which I guess again goes back to Hello Charlotte. With how, like, perspectives of people and things that Hello Charlotte has shown.
Exactly, and you can craft, like, a character that's based on real people's experiences without being them. Like, I've already mentioned Hellblade once. I adore Hellblade. The character Senua is based on various things, including people that they talked to that experience the same type of psychosis that Senua experiences. And, you know, they actually worked with people who have that experience, and they weren't trying to adapt those people as characters, but they were able to, like, use their experience to inform something in an education as a, you get what I mean, but, like, they were able to learn and adapt it in a way that was respectful, you know?
Yeah. Educated,
anyway.
Yes. Anyway, yeah. Let's get back. This one's wilting. Let's throw it away soon. All the books have blank pages. If a book is colored differently from the others, it must be important. Oh, it's the same as others. Another way that the game plays to your expectations. Like, oh, this is the only one that's different.
Yeah, and note how we were talking about how books need ink in them. None of her books have it.
Yeah. Interesting. A copy of the White Society pamphlet is lying on the table. And I believe that was where Mom's letter was at in
Yes,
2.
it was. And no more Mom's trashy romance books.
Yeah. Maybe that's why the books also don't have anything written in them. Just tired of Mom's trashy books.
Get your own library, Mom.
This one's doing better than the rest. Plants seem to be doing well. But this one that's away from everything is doing a bit better. A toilet. There's a handprint on the cabinet door. I look pretty today. You always look pretty. The bathtub
Yeah.
is covered in vomit.
Yep.
See?
Sounds about right for this house.
Yep. The soap. Either vomit or soap. The food in the fridge
I
is
also
symmetrical.
like... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I also like how all of the rooms in the house are more or less the same, but the layout always changes for each game.
Yeah. They always have, like, similar rooms and, like, the shape of everything. Like with the heart room and everything outside and stuff. But they're different inside, like, how in this, it's a lot more colored than before, which is...
Ironically.
ironic, yeah. Because Q84's room is all white, but the rest of the house is in color, probably because also
Yeah.
the denizens have a distaste towards Q84.
Yes, and it's kind of like that art that etherane posted with, like, Q84 being like, I don't want to be stained by those colors, but clearly she's isolated and by herself.
Mm-hmm. I know, like, Queen Whiskey was saying earlier that episode 3 lost sight of how the series were, like, a subversive commentary, but in anything, I'd say episode 3 is a bit of a subversive commentary on, well, Hello Charlotte and storytelling in general.
Yes!
Yes, I agree. This whole thing is honestly subversive of the two games, like a deconstruction of the two games. But also, it's also kind of tying everything together really nicely as well. So... It's kind of like how this is both the beginning and the end for the series, which is really cool. It's hard to say that about, like, many media.
Yeah, and, like, people... Like, I never quite fully understood people making the argument that episode 3 feels tacked on and discordant from everything else, because I know that etherane in her process, I think, made episode 1 to be its own thing and then was kind of flying by the seats of their pants with the rest of it. But when you go back to episode 1, there are so many meaningful connections made between what happens in episode 1 and what happens in episode 3. Like, everything is recontextualized by episode 3 and it all makes perfect sense, and I don't know how etherane did it, the mad lad.
I think one of the more poignant things from episode 1 is, like, that whole segment with C and all that, with her, with, like, the mask and everything.
Don't make me a murderer.
Hello, Guy. I got a little sun cooked today, so I'm gonna just kick back and lurk, but I hope you're having fun. Oh, thank you for coming by, Wyvern. Just to let you know, we are doing a retrospective playthrough of Hello Charlotte episode 3, so there are spoilers out the wazoo if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah. Less actual gameplay, more us talking about
podcast with playing a little bit of Hello Charlotte.
Charles cast.
Charles cast. C cast.
C cast.
I should keep it that way. An oven. A sink. The knife lies forgotten on the table. Okay, I wasn't sure if there was anything. There's a variety of tea blends on the shelves above. Oh wait, actually, does she make a note about the cameras? I forget. The camera is working properly. K84 takes like 5 steps and Harpie and Elio go, hold up a minute. We got to talk for like 50 minutes about the meaning of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I figured I'd go to the boiler room before I went through that room.
Yeah, insert one friend unit.
The boiler provides us with hot water. Yeah, that the Seacast, the new hit Hello Charlotte podcast. Lots of tubes and wires. Boiler rooms are quite popular in horror games, aren't they? We have one too. Every time I see that boiler room, I think of that scene with Scarlet.
Yeah.
Nothing of interest inside. Is there anything of interest inside any of those? Nope. I don't think I said hello to everyone just yet. Yeah, let's go to the basement.
I don't think I've tormented everyone in my house just yet.
Yeah, I haven't ruined anyone's research or anything.
Felix.
I also, one thing to note also on this is like, in previous games, Felix was a lot closer to Charlotte's room than in this game. Like, he's down in the basement. He's a bit further away from her. Looking forward
God,
to...
I still have so many thoughts about Felix and Hello Charlotte 2 as well. The bit where, like, he describes Charlotte's body deconstructing and reconstructing, and then he was like, what did that feel like? And Charlotte's like, it felt like I was holding hands with a pretty girl. I'm like, me too!
Big fucking mood. Looking forward
Just
to
like us, for real, for real.
Looking forward to the future 3-hour-long discussion about Girl B. Oh boy.
Yeah.
On the Freedom of the Will, New Philosopher, Volume 4.
Maybe if you voice Vincent and Q84, I'll voice the characters around, like, that talk to them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
A pillow and a blanket are neatly folded on the top of the mattress. Civilized Man's 8 Deadly Sins by K.L. This game gave me so many novels I need to read.
Yeah. I think some of them are fake, though.
Wouldn't surprise me. Lullaby by CP. I'm gonna wait to examine the computer. A select collection of forensic cases.
Can we do the not bully route? Can we do the restrain her route?
Childhood's End. On aggression.
Literally, it took me like 3 years to get the achievement where you make Q84 do all the awful things purely because I did not want to.
Me on the other hand, I got them like instantly.
Oh no!
I'm a terrible person. The chemicals are bubbling inside the fly. Listen, I'm an achievement hunter, and I will continue to get called out for it. Me playing like Undertale, Deltarune, this game, DDLC, etc., just continuing to be horrible, and they call me out on it. The chemicals are bubbling up inside the flasks. Curtis, wasn't there Ice 9, or was that in a different Hello Charlotte? The wall is covered in post-it notes and research papers.
I think it might be in... Well, it could be later in the game as well.
Oh, maybe. I wasn't sure if it was 2 or 3.
Because all the stuff is Scarlet as well.
There's a research paper on the desktop. I take a peek at it. Ice 9. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Nice Zero Escape reference. A substance that crystallizes liquid matter upon coming into contact with it. Consequences of use may be hazardous. Boring. Morning, Felix.
Morning.
Been busy?
Well, as usual. I prepared the thing that you asked me to. Here.
Quite a happy bottle. So fast. Yeah, this is gonna make someone so happy today. You really are good at this. This calls for a reward. Alright, Harpie, you want me to pet him?
Yeah, why would you not?
Felix winces upon touch, backing away. Yeah, he's expecting her to hit him. Something wrong?
No, forget it.
Weirdo, I love this song. This is like the quintessential episode 3 song. This and Swedish Fish.
Yeah, I actually can't hear it, but I know what song's playing because I've played this game enough.
Yeah, dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah.
Weirdo. I was just gonna pat you, didn't I? I feel something smack my head. It's a gloved hand.
Morning, human maggot! Having fun?
Yep. Then it ruffles my hair with force.
Mr. Honecker here doesn't look like he's having fun, though.
I really love Bennett and Felix's relationship.
I
Man.
know. And it just fucking smacks Cutie.
God, that's another reason why Rehab Friday is gonna be an experience.
Yeah. I don't know how to do Bennett's voice. Or is it just that he's constantly bitter? Who can tell?
I think, like, when I did him in my playthrough, I think I don't know why. When I see, like, the way that his text, like, the sound of his text, I always got this image of him having, like, a bit of a nasally voice. I don't know. It's always been a headcanon of mine.
That makes sense. I'm not probably gonna do consistent character voices here, I'm just winging it.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm standing right here, you know. I know. So, what are you guys up to?
I just came for the bottle I asked Felix to prepare for me.
Oh, what's inside?
Secret cookie ingredients.
Eh?
Yeah, it's a dangerous chemical.
You tell me now!
Ask Felix. I should be going.
He's so mean.
Bennett, baby? All the Florence stuff explaining what happens to the assistants. Yeah. God, seen that possibly happening from, like,
Yeah.
a real,
I
like...
don't want to hear about D-class personnel. Whichever one it was that got turned into the meat. I'm scared.
God. And, like, all of these characters that are being shown for, like, Rehab Friday, and we only know, like, a small handful of them from, like, Hello Charlotte, and I'm just like, oh, then we're gonna die very gruesome
what
deaths.
horrors will your OCs? What horrors will your OCs endure, Charles?
How dare you do this, Charles? Please give me the AU.
It is actually kind of funny how we could probably take Rehab Friday as being one of Charles's stories, and we could just be like, Etherane's writing this, but also Charles.
Yeah, be like, let's judge the writing. Let's judge Charles's writing.
Charles. Love is a meanie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't where you can delete the files. The meat room is off limits.
Well, damn.
No meat room for you.
Here
I
we
think
go.
is this where, like, the danger room was last time?
I think
Wasn't that the
was.
door in the middle?
Yeah, the violet
that's what it was
room.
called.
Yeah, the violet room with
I mean,
Bennett.
it's still a violent room.
Yeah, it's
He
no
still has
longer
the
the violet
chainsaw.
room. It's the violet room. Yeah. This is definitely the violet room, because Bennett even had the chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly. We learned that the hard way.
Yeah. An artificial plant. Its leaves are made of plastic. The dried blood stains are etched deeply into the wall. A cake with a perfectly shaped red strawberry on top. Truly terrifying. The scissors have remnants of organic tissue on them. There's some skewers and a small roll of duct tape inside the bin. Oh god, is that like the skewers? Make me think of like the thing with the brain. Trying to remember what the name of it was. It happened in Danganronpa 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it was.
Same. I don't have V3 in my memory much nowadays.
Oh no, not V3. The anime 3 that happened with the teacher.
Oh, the 3. Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the term name was, but the mirror is so dirty that I can't really see my own reflection in it. Oh, whoops. My controller dropped and I forgot that I still had it connected to my PC. Let me unplug it. This hand disinfectant dispenser is probably the only sterile item in the room. I don't know why
Stay
I called it sterile.
sanitized, queen.
A hideous smell is coming from the body bags.
White society poster only, it says stay sterile with us.
It's sterile society.
Sterile society. Me during the pandemic.
Right? A dirty chainsaw lies abandoned on the floor. It's probably Bennett's. Yep, it sure is Bennett's.
Yep.
No smell is coming from the corpse beneath the white sheets. It must be fresh. These large needles are said to be poisonous. I poked the thing beneath the blanket. It's squishy. An old yellow lamp reminiscent of those from the Soviet era. An artificial plant. Its leaves are made of plastic. Yeah, the spikes. Hi, Dr. Huxley. I also like how doctor isn't capitalized here.
Yes, because he's not a real doctor.
Yeah. Doctor, or so you say you are?
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Huxley?
Where's your degree, huh?
Yeah, show me it. What, did you go to Harvard? Dr. Henry?
Ah, gods, it's you, Miss Wiltshire.
Like the ones of the latest etherane treats. Oh! Yeah, have you been seeing those? Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, the
You ready
etherane
for
treats.
virtual pet?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that series. I'm so sad that
That was
Bunny
so
didn't win.
good.
I was Bunny
Same.
Sweep.
Bunny sweep. Same, I also voted Bunny.
Good shit, good shit. So I do love cats, so I didn't mind either way. Oh no, I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, sure. Hello, good morning, how are you? The weather sure is fine today. With that done, I'll be returning to my work. Here, have a pack of gummy ears and go make yourself useful to society.
Yay, gummy ears! Yeah, whatever. It's like gummy bears without the beak.
Yeah, gummy ears.
To come think of it, I've never seen the faces of the corpses you're performing the experiments on. That reminds me, like, I don't know if I told you, I work at an ice cream shop now.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, one of the things I've quickly become aware of is kids love cotton candy with gummy bear ice cream. That is like the most popular child-chosen ice cream ever. Like whenever a child comes in and they get cotton
Because
candy.
as much sugar as possible.
Yeah, I'm just like, what would you like for your topping? And then in my head, I'm like, they're gonna ask for gummy bears, or they're gonna ask for what's the sour gummy bear?
Oh, like Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids. It's either the gummy bears or the Sour Patch Kids. I could not eat ice cream with gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids though. Like the texture.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. I like the texture of the ice cream by itself.
Yeah, I'm so bad with texture. Like the textures have to be very similar, or else I just get. Like I can't have like with salad. I hate like the hard croutons. Like they have to be soft croutons. Like I can't have that.
The rest of it is soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get me.
Yeah. For me, it like depends very much on like the food itself, but there's certain texture differences that I'm like, no, like I like the taste of passion fruit, but if you put passion fruit seeds on anything, I'll be like, no, why are you doing it?
Gummy with ice cream is not compatible. 5-year-olds say otherwise.
They have that one Cadbury brand where they have like jelly beans in the chocolate. That's actually pretty good.
Ooh, I'll have to try that then.
Because like the chocolate's already, it's just like the chocolates you already have to bite down with the same amount of force you would to eat a gummy candy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference in texture isn't that bad.
Yeah. Ooh.
But yeah.
I'll have to get that sometime. Why is that, I wonder?
Yeah, it's all the way down. I'm not sure how big of a brand it is in America, but it's very common down here.
It probably we got a few sections at like the Walmart. I see a lot of that brand over there. It's probably got like some discounts on it right now, probably because of Easter.
Yeah, discount chocolate time.
Yeah. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Overtaker. Alright, that was it for my cola, but I have a thing of water here too. Dr. Huxley ignores me. Well, thanks for the input. I love the Sprite.
Same.
I like this and the one where she's like laughing with like her hand in front of her.
Yes.
That one is my favorite.
The one that that one is also like that's the one that looks like Erica from Umineko. They're doing the same exact thing. It's the gremlin daughter energy.
Bye, Dr. Huxley. Where could this door lead to? I can't go there when Huxley's around. Well, we'll be going there some other time.
Yeah, and you'll land in that corpse pile later.
Yeah. No entry, especially for you, Wiltshire. Jeez, they're still so stuck up about that one accident.
The one time I set fire to the lab, or what?
Let's see. I think, was it? No, not the boiler room. Was it the bathroom?
The other door on the other side of the kitchen was the one, because I think we saw all this. Because Aiden's room isn't available yet, is it? Yeah, no.
Knock?
Oh, no.
Maybe. I'm coming in. Okay.
Yeah, I love this dissonance. I love how last game he was giving you a cute jellyfish dress and now he's like, here's a hat made out of your own face.
Yeah! And, one thing I wanted to note on this is these look more like Charles to me.
They do. They have Charles's hair. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I noticed that too. Like, all of them you can see. And another one has his smile, I think.
This one kind of resembles me. Okay, yeah, let me try and find it.
Yeah, and that's like...
Hair stuffed in their heads. Let me try and find it. This does look like me. Every doll has a copy on the other side of the room. There it is!
Yeah, that's
that
literally
one.
just Charles's sprite.
Yes! This one's smiling properly.
It looks like if you tried to get a fucking shitty AI to make Hello Charlotte art.
It does! God. Morning, Aiden.
I love how they just lean into him being Krampus in this game too.
Yes.
Oh wait, I should growl.
These dolls are so pretty. They look just like me. Where do you get the materials from, I wonder? From me? Not telling, huh? Well then, I'll leave you to it. There's no use talking to you when you're like this, is there? I love the door creak when you leave his room too. So creepy.
Yeah. They have not domesticated Krampus.
Feral Krampus.
Feral Krampus, as opposed to like Hello Charlotte 1 and 2 Aiden, which is like domesticated.
So proper, yeah. I love Hello Charlotte 2 Krampus and like the dress and everything. Just
I know. I love how supportive he is of Charlotte's trans identity.
All phases of Aiden
like,
and Hello
Charlotte her right away. He like clocks like this child is a girl. It's like,
yes. Here, I will style your hair and give you beautiful dresses. I love that. We need an Aiden in our lives.
We all do.
We do. Seems to be open. Can't wander around too much, though. Hold on. Okay, now I can go.
I love how, like, in the past games, like, you were like, shh, don't disturb the neighbors, you can't come in, and then this game you can. And it's just, like, the same house, and
Yes.
everything's locked, and you're like,
A lab is over here. And here we go. Yeah, these are all just Charlotte's.
Yeah, and it says Charlotte's room.
Yeah.
Like, the place location.
Mm-hmm. Shelf is heavily
It's
loaded
like,
with all kinds of detergents.
It reminds me of, oh god, what was that scene with In Tomorrow Won't Come for Those Without? It had a very similar scene with the apartments too, didn't it?
Yes, yes.
Where
with
there was like
Remiel, yes.
Was it?
Remiel.
Yeah.
With the
I love that game. I have no idea what it's about, but I love it.
Same. Etherane has talked before, I think, about how they wanted to do more with that universe, and I sincerely hope Etherane does, because I quite enjoyed it. I'm the same way with why can't I remember the name?
Mr.
Rayner's Solid Service, yeah.
Mr. Rayner's, there we are.
There's like a whole language that Etherane came up with and stuff that I still need to heavily analyze, because I still don't quite understand it all.
Yeah, all I know is that I cried during
Yeah, that one ending.
That one ending.
My favorite ending.
Oh yeah.
Best character by far.
Yes.
But yes, hello Barn, hello Nyrone, welcome.
Oh, hello Barn, long time no see.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, we're doing a retrospective on Hello Charlotte, which is mostly us having brainworms over it.
Yeah, mostly like us hearing a floorboard creak and be like, did you know?
Yeah, did you know the connections of the floorboard to the plot?
Yes.
This is a reference to Charles's apartment.
Yes. We haven't even got to the fact that his apartment is shaped like the fucking puppeteer symbol.
Yes, right? Oh, the clothes inside are white. They're neatly folded. The Omnicubes are sleeping.
No wake though.
Shh. Looks like a mirror, but it's in fact a double-sided window.
Yeah.
There's another Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Drawers are empty.
Charlotte.
This one's dead.
I am not fazed by this at all.
The fact that I believe you did this without watching a single bit of the stream until now speaks how well I knew you would do this. Yeah, just another normal day with me. Camera is not working properly.
That vent will help us later.
This is a tool that will help us succeed. Cat photos hang on the wall. I love cats. Mag cat. Mag cat.
My beloved, when will you return? I mean, I know when Mag Cat will return, but...
Yeah. Initiating eye scan. I love this music too.
Yeah. I think I know which one is playing.
Yes, the elevator music.
Aren't you late for school?
Nah, I'm coming just in time for lunch. Hey, I have something for you. I give the gummy ears to the elevator.
Thank you very much. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm very normal about Hello Charlotte. To second floor, please.
Of course.
I love this elevator.
I know, like the stereotypical that one like free to use song.
Yes.
Destination reached.
The camera is working properly. There are 11 buttons. There's no going back if you press the 11th floor button by accident. Interesting. Oh, and we got
my god, this next bit.
Yes! And we got the vent here. If I remember correctly, you can enter your first floor through this shaft without having to take the elevators. Join White Society. I put these posters up myself. Oh, hold on. Change my expression. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I am the Daily Wisdom Machine. Insert a coin to play.
Sunshine doesn't cost you $1. Trust the pleasure. Remember science. Mean. Sounds like a fucking lobotomy corporation tagline.
This one.
God is dead and he killed himself.
Yeah, this quote. Stop saying that. No.
It's not real. It's never too late to pretend. This is just
Yeah. Stop talking about this.
What manga have you read, Barn?
All of these references to Vincent and everything.
Against the world.
Yeah. The one where God logged out.
Okay, now it's repeating.
Okay, yeah, it's repeating now. Yeah, this scene.
Oh yeah, that's the one written by the Death Note people, right?
Yeah, I still need to watch that.
This bit.
Oh, someone's having a hard time. But it's none of my business, is it? Oh, wait! Let me snap a photo. Ka-chink. And done. Like, and then the happy music starts playing afterwards.
I love it so much. It's like fuck you, Hello Charlotte too.
Like, if you weren't already aware, yeah, if you weren't already aware that this Q84 was different.
I love that it's like literally like Vincent still as well. Like it's
Yeah.
still C.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get to see C again. And then he's like, no, fuck you.
And I believe the coloring of this sprite is different from the Hello Charlotte 3 coloring of the sprite, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
Like this
it
is
is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's only grey in Hello Charlotte 2 when Charlotte sees him for who he is.
Yes.
After Charles has left his body.
There were 3 kids beating up a poor guy. Of course I joined in, and with my help, there was no way that poor boy stood a chance against the 4 of us. God.
It's like that one the JoJo bit that everybody uses as a meme. Where they're kicking the
God. Alright, jump for it. All the dead bodies. Not everyone
Man,
survives
I love
the fall.
Undertale.
What a nice Undertale reference. School janitors clean these up every day. What an unlucky fellow. He didn't know there was a hidden ladder. Yeah, like this is stone. The mattress doesn't really soften the fall. And like you can
Isn't
see
there,
like
one oh sorry.
yeah, and you can see like the trail of someone that was still alive,
Pulled
like
themselves
dragging
off,
themselves
yeah.
to school.
Yeah, and isn't there a thing where one of the cameras wasn't working and then that comes up later? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think, didn't you examine a camera and it's like, it's not working?
Let me see. Oh, they're both working properly
Oh,
right
it is.
now.
I think one of them later says it isn't working and then that comes back,
Yeah,
I think.
I think you're right.
Or when Scarlett's causing shenanigans.
Yeah. Garden. Hello!
I only have pleasant memories of the garden.
I hate the garden. Hello, Charlotte 2 Garden. My most hated scene to watch. Yeah, school OST. The school OST is so good.
Yeah.
This door leads to the school garden. Infirmary.
Sigh, I just can't get him to understand me at all. Maybe you can try using Link. What's that? Well, it's a drug that connects the minds. Neat, huh?
Principal room. We
I
can't go.
love how, like, the principal in this one's like a cardboard cutout.
Yes. Like before
She
he
can
was
walk
like
in.
this. He was like this big like imposing force when you go into the principal's room in like second, and in this he's just paper cardboard. The boards have various information leaflets pinned on it. Stay and read? Yes. Beware of the white flu. It may be contagious. Nobody knows for sure. Feeding stray animals on school grounds is strictly forbidden.
I don't know what hit me harder, the original scene or just the implication that that's what happened to Charles's cat.
Yeah. I cry
Like,
every
I
time I
cry.
think of Mad Cat. Join White
My cat
Society.
deserves only good things.
Yes, please.
I'm superior to your neighbor and your dog. I love the writing in this game so much.
It's so good. How's your day?
How's your day?
Fuck you, bitch. I talked first. I asked you first.
That's what you get for brainwashing people. What?
Oh. Hi.
I knew you'd come, so I brought us lunch. Just how you like it, lactose free.
This implies that dogs are higher up in the social hierarchy, and yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Animals
I
are
remember
above.
this. Okay, I highly recommend looking up the menu for a bubble tea chain called Song Tea. My friends and I call it Depression Tea because all of the titles are just like ridiculous and sad, and my favorite drink is the one that's called My Pet is Swaggier Than Me.
So, how'd you spell it?
Okay, song, like singing a song, tea, menu. It became like a meme online.
Let me see. Is it this one, Song Tea and Ceramics, or Song Tea USA?
Not ceramics, yeah, Song Tea USA. Oh,
Okay.
it is in America too, okay.
Let me see.
But like, we gotta find a menu of it. We gotta find just an image of the menu. There we are.
Let me see.
Wait, just
Fruity
click-
slush.
Oh, wait, we need a... that's not it. Where's
That's
the
not
actual menu? Maybe, Google Song Tea menu and then, Oh, they've changed the names! No, what the hell? Wait, just Google Song Tea menu image and like, find, I think
Okay,
this
I
the
see some
original
of them.
menu.
I see some of them actually have funny names. Single cause me bald kiwi coconut. No time for
Pay me more,
annual
boss,
leave.
Mango coconut. There we are.
Have you ever seen
Some
the
of them are normal.
Let me see. What about these ones? They have like multiple menus, it looks like.
I think one of them was like my junior at work became my senior, or like my ex-boyfriend and girlfriend are dating each other.
Song Tea
Wait,
menu.
just like yeah, menu, and look at like images because there's like the classic. Yeah. Hopefully that'll
Let me
once
see.
it loads.
On Facebook.
Oh no! why
These
they
are the
all
old
normal?
one. Hold on.
We need to find the old ones. Oh, maybe that one where someone took a photo of it.
This one?
Maybe.
Mango Dirty.
No time for. Oh wait, I think if you big it, I'll be able to read. If you
Okay.
big it.
Enlarge it. Straight
why are
and
some of the
single.
names normal?
Love
Straight and
over
single.
time, love being broke. Pure tea with cheese cap.
Single cause me bold.
Yeah, I want a
Single
single
cause
cause
me
me bald.
But I vividly remember they had it one that was like a hot chocolate with cheese foam on top that was called My Pet is Swaggier Than Me. I'm so sad they changed the names to something more normal though. That's so sad.
Yeah, hold
what happened
on.
to you, depressing tea?
That reminded
Oh my
me.
god, yes, you showed me this.
Okay, I
Yeah.
did. Okay, good.
That's so good.
Okay, I'm glad I showed you that.
Some scoops.
Soon scoops.
Anyway, that's our funny product name tangent. Highly recommend the My Pet is Swaggier Than Me hot chocolate.
I'm gonna go and hunt them down and be like, why don't you guys have My Pet is Swaggier Than Me hot chocolate anymore?
I know. And it's so funny if you try to order with the actual product names, they have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
God. How kind
Anyway.
of you. Do you want to join me or what?
If that's okay with you.
Sure, I don't mind. Let's go to the rooftop. Our friends must be waiting, aren't they?
Will they be joining us today too?
Of course they will. Food tastes better in company, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I really feel for Henri in this game.
I know. It was like a 180 and you're like,
It really was. Like a lot of people playing episode 2, like they loved Charlotte and they hated Henri, and now in this one you hate Charlotte and love Henri.
yeah. Please, connect with me. So lonely.
Yeah, get off of me! The clock stopped a long time ago. It's 10:30 a.m. Long live white society!
Long live white society!
Door leads to canteen. Oh, I can't get my potato chips.
No,
Beware-
I want potato chips IRL. I wish I had chips right now.
Same. Beware of the white flu. Sign that you're sick. You have lost your color. You don't respond to any stimuli. You can't read this message. Well, I'm not sick then. Wow, his brains are melting. Must be a link overdose.
I was looking forward for you to getting to that person.
Class 8C. It's my classroom.
I'm not going to school.
We're skipping.
Day, Miss Wiltshire.
G'day.
Australian Queen Q84, let's go. G'day. Hey.
G'day, mate.
G'day, yeah. Old mate Q84, let's go. Old mate Chazza, let's go.
She eats like that one sandwich you told me about.
Oh, fairy bread?
Yes.
Or the Bunnings snags?
Thank you for the hydrate, Nairo. Let me just throw my water.
If I can joke about any character being Australian, I will.
Yes. Honestly, it's your God-given right. Just like how I will always be like, yo, that character, they're trans.
Yes. Trans and Australian.
Trans and Australian. Let's go.
Just
our
like Elf and
trans and
Twist.
Trans and Australian Queen Q84.
Yes.
Q84, I have a hall pass. I don't have to go to school. and then it's just a slip of paper saying I do what I want. I remember that one image you drew around when episode 3 came out, Jackie. I don't know if I shared it with you, Harpie, but Jackie did this one drawing that was like of Charles like drawing like episode 2 Charlotte, like the perfect girl, like sweet, like kind and all that, and then like it shows like wired Q84 with Charles like with a bump on his head with like a thumbs up, and like Q84 with like a bat and sunglasses. I love that art piece.
They're so funny. That's so good.
Library. I think I saw that before I played Childhood's End, the drawing by Jackie, and I was like, oh, I gotta play this now.
Yeah.
Rooftop. We'll go there in a bit. Restroom. White Society room. Why is the door not white? White
They
Society.
haven't converted the door yet. They need to inject it with chemicals.
They better have had it, like, painted over white on the other side, or I'm complaining. White Society meetings are held behind this door.
The library is the best place to link, in my humble opinion.
In our school, if you're a senior, you can just waltz out of the room and no one cares. Damn.
Yeah, we don't have hall passes in Australia, really.
Yeah,
I don't
remember.
Be back in 3 minutes, and you're like, okay, and then if the student doesn't come back, you, like, report it.
I think maybe in, like, elementary school we might have had, like, a hallway pass system, but I don't remember ever doing anything like that in middle or high school. Teachers are just like, I don't care. Or they would be like, no, you cannot leave.
Yeah. Slept well a lot?
I did. What was her name again?
Hey!
Hi there! Hi there.
Good day, Miss Wiltshire. Time for us to analyze Girl B. Let's fucking
Yes,
go!
let's go! We're at Girl B! Yeah!
Girl B!
And like the immediate notice is that she's like actually like fully colored instead of the rest of the girls.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's not fully on that white society bullshit.
And well, she's
you know where that goes.
Yeah, you know where that goes. You gotta be white, girl. Henri, say hi too.
Things not to say out of context.
I'm gonna make you white.
Ah, hello. Ooh, is that what I think it is?
This game looks really pretty. It is. I love Ethrane's art so much.
It's so nice. And like, it was already good in Hello Charlotte 1, but the way it evolved into Hello Charlotte 3 is just mwah.
Yes. Just love the sprites and everything. Mwah.
Miss Warhol is so considerate buying you a meal. Why didn't she buy some for us, too? She
didn't know you'd be joining in.
Even though we eat together all the time?
Well, maybe she didn't because you guys bully her.
Yeah. And Henri isn't made of money.
Yeah, she really isn't. She won't forget it next time. Right, Henri? The way her, like, eyes...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. There's, like, just such a subtle difference between that sprite and the one before it, and it just tells so much with it.
It's similar to Charles's crying sprite. Like, not the breakdown sprite, the one where he's just tearing up at the very end of the game. Like, it's literally just, like, a couple pixels difference, and it says so much.
Yeah. Like, this is, like,
Remind me to talk later about how Charlotte, Scarlet, and Charles share the same expressions across multiple sprites also.
Yes.
I'll find an example later.
Yeah, when we get to Scarlet and Charles, we will definitely be talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download the whole franchise then. Please do. The first game, and I
Yes.
think didn't etherane eventually make the second game free as well? I might be wrong on
I
that.
think so. I know the first game is the one that isn't on Steam, and then the other two are.
Actually,
so
it
Hello
is.
Charlotte 2
It
is just Hello
actually-
Charlotte on stream.
Actually, technically, episode 1 is on stream, on Steam.
Oh, it is now?
Yeah, it's the demo for 2.
Oh,
That's
that
why
makes sense.
a lot of people don't see it as being on Steam, but it is the demo for episode 2, if memory serves me correctly. But
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that.
yeah. So episode 1, I'd say like order of playing it would be episode 1, Delirium, which is also free. And then 2, which was later made free. And then 3 does cost some money, but it's very cheap.
It's cheap. It's like, for what it is charging you, like...
Like, I would pay double the amount for this story. Yeah, it is free. Yeah, so most of the game is free except for episode 3 and Heaven's Gate as DLC. But I remember, like, when episode 3 came out, I'm not sure if it was an accident or not, but, like, Heaven's Gate was free for a bit. Right, Henri? I'm not sure if they were making it free for, like, early adopters for a bit, or what.
Maybe. But... I can't remember if I paid money for it, because I played it upon release.
Yeah, I played it upon release and it was free for me. So...
Yeah, I think I probably didn't pay for it.
Mm-hmm. But now I believe on Steam it is paid, if I'm correct.
Suckers! We got it for free!
We're the early adopters! It's downloading, let's go. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I also have, like, a pretty good analysis video. I'm still very proud of that video. I'm like...
It's really good.
I tend to hate, like, tooting your own horns, but, like, I'm still very proud of that video, and it's definitely one of my favorites.
Good. I remember I actually watched it before we became friends, and then when we, like, because I think, like, you followed me, and then I saw you, and I followed you back, and then I saw you posting about Hello Charlotte, and I was like, holy shit! And then we were, like, talking to each other, and that's how we met, and then I remember you mentioned that video, and I was like, oh, that was you!
Yeah! It's crazy. And I kind of had, like, a same situation, actually, with Jackie, actually. Jackie did, like, a bunch of RPG Maker fan arts, and I was a big Miyoshiba fan. And I saw Jackie's fan arts, and I was like, oh, I love their art so much. And then, like, we became friends, and I'm like, I'm friends with the person that made, like, all that Alice Mirror fan arts? What? It's crazy how life works like that sometimes.
Yeah.
See? Suddenly we hear the click of the door lock.
Oh,
here she is.
Oh, here
Here
she
comes the girl. Hello.
Wiltshire. Skipping lessons again, huh? Oh no, it's her. Ugh, the Killjoy's here. Gloomy as always. Hey, let's be quiet. You all know the rooftop's off limits, right?
Yeah, the starting screen for episode 1. I believe the starting screen for episode 1 is the one with, like, the TV static and stuff, right? If I remember correctly. Or no, was it the one with the red strings coming out of her hands, I think?
I think it's the one where she had... oh, was that episode 2? I think it's the puppet one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then episode 2 was the flower pot one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the flower pot one, yeah. The goodest being who has never done anything wrong ever in her entire life. Scarlet. Not one good thing on planet Earth has happened on the roof of a school.
Honestly, like, seeing, like, I'm sure that there's some schools like this down here, the ones that are like in cities, but like Australian schools are not built to have like rooftops like that. So whenever I see it, I'm just like, you guys can just go on the roof of a building.
Yeah, I don't remember any of my schools ever having a rooftop either. Though to be fair, I don't live in the city, which I imagine is where more schools that would have rooftops would be if they have like multiple floors. Yeah. But like all the schools I went to were like discombobulated, like separate buildings from each other that you walk
same.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, enjoy your look, Nairon. Isn't episode 1 the one that has like flowers and Charlotte has a ribbon in her hair? Was it? I could have swear the one I saw was like with the red strings.
Yeah, I think it's the red strings.
Let me see.
It's not the first time I've caught you here. We're so sorry, Miss Class Rep. An apology won't cut it. We promise we won't do it again. Then get off the rooftop now or I'm calling the teachers.
The red strings one was art for the Japanese translation. Oh, really? Oh, maybe they updated it with the Japanese translation then, because that's the only one I remember.
They might have changed it.
Yeah. Since I started later than Jackie getting into it, that was the only splash screen I've seen.
Teachers, she says. Tell her a lot.
No, let her be. It's more fun this way. Oh, whoops. Scarlett's expression softens a little when she looks at Henri.
Do you really need to be around these Miss Warhol?
And you can see, like, she's got a good relationship with Henri, while, like, Q84 and Henri don't.
Henri. You're better off without these lowlifes around.
Best friends.
What are you talking about, Miss Isla? They're my friends. As you say. Now then, leave immediately.
Leave immediately!
Now then, leave!
Immediately!
Immediately! Isn't that like a Dingo Pictures movie that had a line where someone was like, you need to leave immediately?
Yeah, I like how, like, the clip, you need to leave immediately in my head right now.
Yeah. I won't be repeating myself twice.
There she goes.
There she goes.
There she
the class
goes
rep
again.
favors you, huh, Henry? Exactly. Well, our little Miss Warhol here is famous for being the teacher's pet. Right, girl B? Yeah, right.
And again,
And she doesn't want to bully Henri.
Yeah, that's another reason why she's different from all the other girls. She's the type of person that like gets roped into doing these stuff, but she's not 100% into it. Like being what is it called? Like social pressure kind of.
Yeah, she's doing it for social survival more than actually wanting to. Yeah, see, you guys were joking about us analyzing Girl B, but
here we are analyzing Girl B. Everyone's getting along. Thinking back, when did I meet Henri?
Oh, this bit.
Oh yeah. I still get jump scared whenever people actually recognize and like my art before talking to me. Then like, holy shit, people know my art? Really? Since when? I would say you have more fans than you think, Jackie. I'm your biggest fan. Right. It was back then, when her skirt got stolen from her locker during PE class. By the girl sitting right here, no less. She had nothing to change into, so she had to wear her track shorts all day. Everyone was laughing at her, seeing how helpless and embarrassed she was. I felt nothing. And didn't do anything. I left her alone, and now she's
My
nothing.
eyes felt dry.
Yeah. Freaking Q84, what the fuck? I left her alone, and now she's nothing more than an errand girl buying us coffee. That's all there is to it.
Some rule of rose bullshit.
What? God, I need to play Rule of Rose. I've like seen videos on it, and it just feels like, oh my god, I would love that game.
Yeah, it's really good. I like Rule of Rose and Haunting Ground are those games that are so, like, unless you're emulating, you can never play, but like I appreciate them dearly. There are some things about Rule of Rose that I kind of will critique, but it's generally really good.
Yeah, I've seen like some video stuff, and there was definitely some stuff about it that kind of icked me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. From what I've seen of it, at least. Another game, I don't know if you knew of the game or not, but it's also like an Atlas published game. Have you ever heard of Baroque?
Oh yes, I watched Ragnarok's video on that recently. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I think the one that he did was on the original Sega, was it Sega Saturn version? Or the Dreamcast or one of those. It was on one of those systems. But I played the Wii and PS2 one, so it was quite interesting watching that video and seeing all the differences.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I don't know how I managed to sit through watching Haunting Ground, then Roll of Rose when Haunting Ground is objectively the kind of game I'd steer clear of. God. One game, have you ever played Fragile Dreams, Feral Ruins of the Moon?
Oh, yes, I've watched a Let's Play of it. I haven't actually played it.
Yeah, I'm actually obsessed with that game. Like, that game is, like, on, like, kinda...
It does seem like something that you would really love.
Yes, I followed it when it was still Japanese only, before it got a translation. Like, I would log on to the website, like, every day when I was a kid. Like, I was in high school, I think, when it came out on the Wii, and I would have the website playing on my laptop, like listening to the music and waiting for it to come out. I'm planning to replay it on my birthday next year, and 100% it, because just all the memory items are a big highlight of what I think makes the game so special.
Yeah, also there's a bunch of jellyfish in it.
Yes! The jellyfish monsters! With the little faces on them.
Yeah. The depression jellyfish.
Kind of without me, alright? I think, like, one of the scariest moments for me has always been, like, walking... one of the scariest, like, horror moments for me, and, like, I tend to not think of Fragile Dreams as that much of a scary game. Like, obviously, it's got, like, the horror beats to it and stuff, but I think it's a lot less scary than it is melancholic compared to, like, other games of its genre. But, like, I remember walking into the bathroom and trying to get the keys, and then getting, like, jump scared by the hands coming out of the wall. And then they jump scared me again with the hands. It's always the hands that always catch me off guard in Fragile Dreams, like, in the train system. But yeah, that game's beautiful. I can't wait till I play it again.
Yeah. And it makes perfect sense to me that you love it, because it does strike me as very Elio core.
Yeah. What is Elio core to you?
Elio core to me is many things, but just the aesthetics of it and the theming of it, I'm like, yes.
Melancholic, thought-provoking.
Yes. And like, little guys.
Little guys,
and, like,
yes.
Cool girls.
Yes, I'm obsessed with PF from that the backpack.
Yes.
Her and Crow were my favorite characters.
Yes, same. They were the best.
I won't get into spoilers here, but yes, PF and Crow.
Yeah, we're only spoilering Hello Charlotte today.
Yeah, only Hello Charlotte spoilers today. club activities today.
All right. See you later. I always look forward to your performances.
Aw, thanks. I'm a
I was
liar.
watching Killing.
I'm a liar. Just say you like being around me because I'm popular. See you soon. See you soon, maniacal laughter.
To see you.
She knows what's coming.
Yeah. Fancy meeting you here.
It's the boy!
I still yell every time. I should know that he appears here, but it's like, what?
Him! And again, the sprite choice for C here.
Yeah. I love how he looks so much more unhinged than he did in the last game. There goes our profound bond. She just walked by.
Charles lamenting that his OC won't love him.
Yeah.
Do I know you? And the shadow over her, like, eyes, just the subtle shadow, like, don't fucking talk to me.
How cold.
And again, the shading on him, kind of like...
Yeah. Pink.
I love the sprite.
Nothing in the world can define me, but you may call me C.
Very Charles, sprite here.
And I love how it's like, it matches with the Umbrella Man laugh sprite a little bit.
Yes,
Like,
I
there's
agree.
so many sprites. Like, you can literally, like, make, like, a map of how many sprites are iterations across characters. And, Scarlet and Charlotte have the same expressions multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
When Charlotte breaks down, it's the same expression that Charles has when he breaks down at the end of this game.
I love
there
it.
There were cut sprites where that weren't used that were very, I think
Like
Etherane probably cut
Scarlet.
them because it looked too much like Charlotte.
Yeah. And, like, I think there were, like, all clothing sprites I saw as well of, like, Scarlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I love those connections. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Like, the Charles and Umbrella Man connections, and then the Scarlet and Charlotte connections, and just...
One of these days I should just make a big map with all the sprites and just point out which ones are connected to each other. Because, like, it's a web.
It really
is a web.
I like how Charles and Charlotte, how Charles's eyes curl like his actual eyes when that's sprite, even though his eyes should still be shaped like Vincent's. Yeah, I like how it really is very obviously like Charles in the suit of Vincent in this game.
Yeah, and even in the last game, like, there are certain sprites where even though it's Vincent's face, you can tell it's Charles's expression.
Like, that one, you could tell it's Charles trying very desperately to emulate Vincent, but this one is a bit more, like...
He doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh, Charles. Got yourself a new vessel? Wait, I've seen this one somewhere. Near that alleyway.
Bingo. Picked it up on my way here. Now I can blend in with the rest of the students. And I love that when he's possessing Vincent, his hair is white. And we saw in the alleyway when it was getting beaten up, it was a grey-haired Vincent sprite. Like, you could see that even on, like, the tiny pixel.
Yes.
Because when he's possessing Vincent, it's Charles's conception of him.
Yeah,
and not
so
Vincent.
pure. Like, not grey.
Yeah, pure white.
Yeah.
Rather convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. We avoided school grounds like the plague until today, and that's also why, like, you know, in the game and all that, like, Charlotte and everything is white, because he wants to be like Vincent.
Yeah. I suppose I really do feel more at ease in this vessel. It makes me so fucking sad.
That's his favorite vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Bet you're happy you got yourself a new meat suit.
Is this how little you think of me? My only intention is to keep him safe.
That quote gets me every time.
Same! I love how, like, when you first read it and you don't know what he's talking about, you're like, huh. And then when you reread it, you're like,
oh no, my heart. Right, you care. Sure thing. In any case, I have things to do. No time for idle talk.
well then, don't be late for class.
No need, I'm skipping. You should join me for the White Society meeting next time. I never say W soak. Like,
Oh, and how would you say it? Like, woo sock.
yeah, W soak. White soak.
W sock.
The-
My
the
socks.
Win sock. My socks are winning. Oh my god, thank you for the follow. Frey Run, oh my god.
Just as soon as you say my socks are winning.
You're a Hello Charlotte fan, Frey Rock. I can tell by the name.
Yeah.
Charles taking the concept of having matching icons with your own feeling.
Yeah!
I want to ask questions, but at the same time, I don't think I could withstand a lecture about the intricacies of Hello Charlotte and the multiple layers to one single line of dialogue, so I simply shall not. Yeah, me and Harpie out here being like, this one line.
This one line says everything. I highly doubt it. But thank you for the invitation nevertheless.
Do you when we see the god of this world, we're gonna flip our shit. That quote gets me every time.
Yeah, same. The fucking bonus room quote too, where it's like the god of brackets TH brackets his one.
Yeah, I think I made that my go live notification. Yeah. See you
We've
later,
just been murdering each other with quotes all day.
Yes.
Like, before the stream started, Elio was like, "What line of dialogue should I have from Hello Charlotte for like the stream tweet?" And I was just like, we were able to have a conversation.
Yes. If you look on my Twitter, that's the go live quote that I use.
Fairy tales and delusions. We were able to have a conversation. God, that line is my favorite. Anyway.
Alright, see you later, C.
Good luck on the show.
Yeah, thanks.
Not feeling like it today?
Nah, I'm just sleepy.
How about taking a break then?
Why? These people only need new scapegoats to blame for their own inability to change. God! Q84 Queen?
Oh man, it's like vaguely reminding me of like this line from Immortality, which is the game I became obsessed with towards the end of last year. But like it's a lot about like art and kind of like people using art as like a means to be abusive. But like the one who's my favorite character has a line where it's like she says something about art and then they say good people will always defend the art, and if you live the art, they end up defending you. And I'm like, that's so relevant though.
God
That's so
damn.
relevant though.
That's such a good quote.
Yeah, right? Like, legitimately, there's so many parallels between the one and Charles, it makes me laugh. Like, they're very, very different characters, but they're both, like, creatures that only talk to people through the vessels that they inhabit and are background characters, but are secretly the protagonists.
Yes. Also, yeah, there's quite a lot of instant death occurrences in episode 1, because a lot of that game is like a parody of like RPG Maker games, like Witch's House, that had a lot of instant death ends.
Like, it even had the teddy wants to play bit, I think, was probably a blatant reference to the teddy bear thing from Witch's House.
Yeah, a lot of Witch's House and like Misao references in that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I fucking love Misao. It's such
Misao's
a shame.
Good.
It's such a shame that like Misao kind of is overshadowed by Mad Father, because I would say
Mad Father I hate.
Yeah, I hate Mad Father too. I hate the ending of Mad Father so much. It just sours my entire experience. Yeah, it just sours the entire, like, I replayed it when like the remake or whatever came to Steam. And I was like, okay, I'll give this another go, because they have, like, new endings and stuff, apparently, like, and I played it, and I'm just like, bro, I still hate it. I still fucking hate it. I want Misao to be the popular one.
Yeah, Misao is so good. Also had a jump scare in it that, like, made me lose sleep.
Yeah.
I was so scared when I first played.
Yeah, I love...
It's just, like, you pick up a piece of paper.
Yes!
And then
it's the bloody girl.
Yeah!
I love that jump scare. And then that's the one with Hanako as well, like behind you. I really like that as well. Misao is so good. Like, if you only played Mad Father and didn't play Misao, you are missing out, because like I love the story of Misao a lot more, and I really felt for Misao.
It's so much more like Mad Father is like schlocky and offensive, but Misao actually has a surprising amount of like tact.
Yes, like it goes into, you know, like the high school student experience and how like some teachers can be very predatory. And just like the interconnections and how much like one person can be for you, and just I love Misao a lot. Yeah, Femc Protag
play Misao.
Yeah, Femc Protag of Misao is actually canon. Male MC is not canon. In the original version, male MC was like, I believe it's still considered in with the remake as well, but male MC is an alternate world, which you can see when you beat the game, because he cannot use the bat. He has to get possessed to use it, and that's because she's like looking into like other worlds kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry if I spoiled Misao.
Fucking loser can't pick up a bat.
I'll do it for you. But anyway, I love Misao's, and I hate Mad Father's ending with the whole the apple doesn't fall far away from the tree, and like all that suffering just to become like God. So they'll eat up my words anyway. Yeah, Femc Supremacy. I do like the male MC though. I do quite like his difference in personality to Femc, but I definitely do prefer Femc. I actually made OCs that were heavily inspired by the two MCs from Misao, just because I love them so much. A while back, I wanted to make a visual novel. I decided against it because the person that I was making it with me, and I kind of had a falling apart. But it still means quite a lot to me. It was gonna be kind of a deconstruction on like romance, like otome game stuff, because like the plot of it was called like Love Potion, and the main character has like a crush on like her childhood friend, but she doesn't know how to like express her feelings for him because she's like nervous about like having a change in their relationship. And her best friend says that she like she's like a big scientist and stuff, like she's very smart, like her parents are very well off and all that, and she's like, I know a way that you can confess to him if you want me to, if you're not like courageous enough. And she's like, I have this love potion that you can give to him and he'll like fall in love with you. And like there are only
Things
two
can
endings.
only go wrong from here.
Yeah, we had the whole plot planned out. And there were two endings, and it was like no matter what, she has him come over to her house, and the option is to either confess to him or to give him the love potion. If you give him the love potion, he dies. The best friend poisoned it. And now she's blackmailing you. Like she arrives at the house knowing that you are gonna give him the love potion. And then she like helps you hide the body and stuff. And like there's this whole thing how she like always hated the main character, and how like she had like the whole like protag syndrome basically thing, was based on her character, and how like she's just immediately like you're my friend and all that. And like she was all popular and everything, like the main boy was like, you know, the star athlete and all that, and she was like, I hated this whole experience with you. I hated you attaching yourself to me, and so I wanted to take everything away from you. But
I would absolutely play that if you ever released it.
Yes, I'm quite attached to it. And then if you confess your feelings to him without using the love potion, it's revealed that the childhood friend is a yandere, and he kills you.
Plot fucking twist, amazing.
Yeah. Like, he's all like, oh, if you love me and I love you, I don't want anyone else to be with you. I don't want anyone else to, like, see you and all that. And so he's like, I'll keep you with me always. And then he, like, kills you. But we also had talked about doing a New Game Plus when you did both of the endings, where it's a different world. And, like, the characters have, like, different genders in that alternate world. Like, it suddenly is, like, not an otome game scenario anymore. It's, like, a bishoujo game. And, like, the main character is, like, a boy. And, like, he has a crush on, like, his childhood friend and everything. But, like, in the previous universe, the best friend was, like, wanting to ruin things. But the thing is in this universe, the best friend remembers what happened in the previous world and, like, wants to prevent things from happening again. But, like, it's like a fate thing.
Maybe giving you poison was a mistake.
Yeah. And, like, the thing is, like, in this universe, the best friend is in love with the main character. Like, he is in love with him and, like, wants to prevent, like, the fate from happening again. And, like, the main character is getting, like, dreams of, like, the main character from the original, like, universe, like, dying.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah. So, like, I'm very attached to that story, but unfortunately I can't make it because it would feel wrong of me too. No. But, a lot of it was inspired by Misao.
Yeah, I can see the inspiration.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry I got off on that tangent there.
That's okay, the Misao tangent.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go to my favorite part of the game.
You know what hour it is, baby!
Yeah! Cancel culture! Greeting, friends! Welcome to our weekly White Society meeting! What is our motto?
Stay safe, stay clean, stay white, stay sanitized!
What is our goal?
To ascend!
That's the spirit! You all worked hard and submitted new names to the blacklist this week. Well done, everyone! I love the basic ass RPG Maker cheer sounds in this too.
Yeah.
As you all know, the process of blacklisting is the following. 1. Find the tainted. 2. Submit their information to our website. 3. Vote.
I mean, this is just the trial from Hello Charlotte 2. It's just manifested in a different way.
It honestly really is. The person who gets the most votes gets punished. And I think both of these are allusions to, like, real life, too, like with Charles.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I really loved how you realized that the whole thing about the trial was something in... It was like this kind of goalpost that always got shifted, that Scarlet was like, this is going to come for you one day and you're not going to pass it. And then in the end, he's like, I couldn't pass the trial when he dies, but you realize that's, it's not actually real, you know?
Yeah.
And that feels very accurate to the types of things that you get with OCD as well.
Yeah.
Because OCD very much loves a deadline. OCD loves, hey, you're not gonna live past this particular age, or this particular month, or this particular year. And then when you do survive, because of course you do, your OCD is like, hey, actually it's gonna be next year, or hey, actually it's gonna be this day. So it's like continually shifting. God,
another thing I wanted to say was, because in these, it's always like the blackened, for the people that are in like white society, or the people that got like voted on in episode 2 and all that. And I think that's like Charles's way of saying that he was like a blackened as well. Like, he keeps saying that he's like the unpure one. He is like, you know, the black-skinned like student or whatever. But like all he wants is to ascend. He wants to ascend as well. He wants to become like white.
Yeah.
And all of that.
He wants to be wherever Vincent is, basically, and hoped that he'd be able to see that that kind of vision that Vincent always had.
At the heavenly domain and everything. I don't want to play this anymore. I died 3 times already. It's okay. If it's not your type of game that I wrote, it's not your type of game.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm just putting this out here with those ideas we were talking about. If you eventually play LobCorp, Elio, Tippereth A and Tippereth B are going to fucking destroy you.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Any Project Moon fans in the comments know what's up. Why I'm making that illusion.
I know Sun Dwarf is a LobCorp fan. He's been telling me, he's been wanting me to play LobCorp and like Limbus Company and all that.
Yeah, if you ever play it, let me know. I will.
Oh, I definitely
watch
will
or, like,
someday.
come on with you and scream.
Well, it is
like,
definitely.
Have you seen? I'm just gonna be like showing you pictures of your son. Like, have you seen my grape?
I believe it is on my to play list, and like while it can take quite a while for me to get to the games on these lists, if you know my history as like a streamer,
yeah.
I believe it's on here. Yeah, Lobotomy.
That is fair. That is me with video games as well.
Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
right here.
There she is. Blows a kiss towards the LobCorp thing on your sign to Angela.
And then there's like Library of Arena, right? As well.
Yes. Which you need to play as well. You can't just play LobCorp and then skip straight to Limbus, because you'll be missing out on some of the best character writing of all time.
Yes. The person who gets the most votes gets punished. Oh man. I forgot that this song had violin in it.
Yeah, it does. Oh, Kai Engel, that's the composer of a lot of the Hello Charlotte music. I finally remembered the name.
Easy as that. That being said, I want you all to decide on the special guest for today's execution hour. I like this game, but why am I dying every time I open a door? Welcome to RPG Maker Horror. Vote! Vote for those who wronged you. Vote for those who upset you. Vote for those who hurt you. Limbus Company. I'm mad they nerfed Dawn's AFK
Limbus.
scream. AFK
Don
scream?
Quixote, my beloved.
He shall hurt them 1,000 times more. 3, 2, 1. With this, the voting is over. Thank you for your input. Let's stay white together. Well, time to get ready for the show.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. I love the little videos. You
Yes.
stand by.
Like, the junk food one is my favorite one. Become the garbage that you... Did you know that our bodies harbor 150 times more genetic material of microbial origin than one of our own? Plainly put, 90% of you is not you. Fear not!
Theseus.
Ether Solutions has a solution just for you and Ether Solutions. With our advanced technology, we will cut all the freeloaders out of your body. Your body is yours to own. Be yourself, 100% you, always.
I think this is like funny in the context of the later Charlotte that becomes like a host for the whole civilization.
Yeah.
But
Welcome
that's
to
what
the
human bodies are, man. We're just a bunch of little guys inside of a bigger guy.
Theseus.
Yeah.
Am I really me if all of my cells die like every couple of days?
What was that one Final Fantasy poster that got distorted to say I me, I promise?
This program is sponsored by White Society. Don Quixote used to yell so loud people were making posts. Yeah, I was at my desk and I heard her screeching at me from my headphones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's very loud. I love her. I have not summoned. I have been playing Limbus since release. I have not gotten a single Don Quixote card.
Oh man.
Like, at all. I have one of her egos, but that's it. I'm like, why? Why do you hate me?
Did my model stop reacting? Oh my god. Oh, I know why. I know why my charger fell out.
Oh yeah,
It's back
that was
in.
just very funny. The delay and like I can see it on your side.
Yeah. Only you can see my face.
Your true form, or at least the outline of it.
Yep. Hi everyone. Oh, Swedish fish.
I'll do some acting for Girl B in the background.
Welcome to our daily program, the Execution Hour. Meet Girl B. For today's show only, she'll have the privilege of having a face. Yeah, because before this she had the bee thing all over her face. She's so cute. It's a shame.
She's reacting. I need to like do this really close to my microphone, otherwise the software that removes noise from the background of my mic seems my Girl B impressions noise. There we are.
You must be wondering, who the hell is this? This is the first time I've ever seen this character. How the hell am I supposed to sympathize? And you're absolutely, totally right. That's the intention. Because this is a total stranger. But if I told you she did bad things, you'd believe me, right? Twitter.
Twitter. Nobody fact checks.
Seriously? If
They're like, oh yeah, I believe that this person did the worst acts imaginable. That's fair.
If I told you to avoid her, you'd believe me, right? Nobody cares enough to check the facts anyway. This is why we're here right now. Anyhow, she was chosen to be the guest in this week's episode by you, dear friends. Today, we'll be baking cookies. Yeah, based. Q84 is very based. Hush, we're on TV. Manners, remember? First you take a handful of butter and smash it into the bowl. Smash it. Come on, put more force into it. Don't be a wimp. Then you put in a handful of flour. Oh, come on. Oh no, don't cry. Look, it's right before your eyes. Look, the flower.
It's gonna keep going until she's dead.
Just muffling. See?
Yeah.
You did it! Here, I'll help you mix in the sugar. Keep mixing. Keep mixing. You know, this person may look weak, but they actually support offensive behavior. Come on. Show them the drawing. Here it is. No one in their right mind would draw that, right? Therefore, they must be punished. You actually ship this?
Yowie on my timeline?
A man getting pounded by another man? That's why we'll add a special ingredient.
Oh my god, I think my laugh was so loud it didn't register as human speech, and my audio didn't pick it up.
Oh my god. Peeking. I wonder what it is. Quiz time! Oh, let's vote, everyone. What is the special ingredient?
The happy spray or whatever it was called.
It's...
Raisins.
Let's go with raisins. Results time. Applause. Most of you guessed right. It was Clorox. Now, we'll have our guests taste the cookie dough.
What's wrong with you?
Oh gosh, mind your language. We're PG rated. Well, I'll pretend you didn't hear it. Right, friends?
This is a PG rated execution.
Oh, you're being killed live on TV. Rated PG-13. Our friend here seems to have trouble eating, so I shall pour the mass right into their mouth. Wow, this sure looks tasty.
I can't yell super loud. My family's going to be concerned.
Is Harpie getting killed?
Someone's murdering the bird.
Yum! Now then, we need to preheat the oven to 180 Celsius. But since we don't have an oven, we can use our guest's body as a substitute. Here it goes.
Oh my god, it didn't pick up any of that as speech. Oh,
God. We baked the cookies.
I baked a meatball, I don't know.
I make the pasta. I eat the meatball. This
Pizza
concludes our
pasta, put it in a box.
Stay white with us. Join White Society.
And if you want to stay not white, we'll make you a very colorful corpse.
Yep. You want to have like anything that isn't white? What's wrong with you? Destination reached.
Destination reached. No, I'm the elevator.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, I'm back home. I just murdered a girl. Mama. Ooh. I just killed the girl.
Put a flamethrower against her head.
And then she baked. Ooh.
Cookies.
Too worn out to wander around. Is anyone here? Is anyone home? I should probably just go to my room.
Who knows? I always check each room before I do anything as well. I think you might be able to talk to Aiden. Is this the skin scene?
I think you might be able to talk to Aiden, actually, yeah. Aiden's room. Oh, I'm too sleepy to bother
mind.
Aiden.
Skin hat will have to wait for another day. I think it's after when Q84 gets a new vessel that the skin hat happens.
Yeah. God, I'm tired. Let's call it a day and get some rest. Good night, me. You did well today.
Pat yourself on the back. Welcome to the White Society.
Yeah, baby. Wait, I thought we were episode 0. What do you mean episode 1? The god of this world told me a story. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Nyrone. I'll play episode 2 when I get home. Ooh, be careful with that game. Oh, actually, I would... Do you recommend... Oh, wait, no, you're right. Episode 2 and then Delirium. Right?
Yeah, I think so, because otherwise you're not going to understand who Anri is.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, enjoy episode 2 when you get home. Please be sure to take a break if the subject material in episode 2 starts getting to you, because it can be quite heavy.
Yes.
The god of this world told me a story about a girl who was the heroine of her story. About a girl who was bestowed with a gift that could grant a single wish. However, were her wish to come true, she would die shortly after. That's the kind of gift it was. I'm not
Deus
crying.
Ex Machina power.
Thank you for the hydrate. Gonna gain more tears
Sadly
to
sips
cry
your
out.
water.
Bye. Have a good day at school.
See you.
Girl wished for everyone to be happy. It was a kind, simple wish, full of hope.
I wished for everyone's happiness. I wished for all the painful things to end.
Please! All it did was destroy individuality itself. Yeah, this is
Hello Charlotte, episode 2.
This is actually one thing I wanted to talk about was one of the lines Frey says, I believe it's in episode 2 to Charlotte, but I think it was especially pointed to Charles, was talking about like being in love with someone, and how Frey goes into, if you truly love someone, you like kill your ego. It's the death of individuality. And so I think this is also partially like referencing like the love like for Vincent and the love to want to like become one with Vincent.
Yes, and I love how in episode Heaven's Gate, it starts to kind of like dissect that their worldviews are actually very different. Like when Charles reads that short story of Vincent's and doesn't like it.
Yeah, like I love how like in episode 3 and all that, like Charles kind of puts Vincent up on a pedestal and kind of like worships him as like kind of his like own idealized vision of Vincent. Like I remember how when he actually met with Vincent, he was surprised because of how short Vincent was and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's because like it was so different from what he thought Vincent was, and I felt like that was another call out that like
And then there's an interesting parallel because like Heaven's Gate aside, it's kind of like that's a version of Vincent. We will never know what Vincent himself was like in
like episode 3.
like it's still Vincent, but I feel I have to assume that some things will be different, you know, like Charles
like
is different
lived
in
experiences, because like in the Heaven's Gate universe, Vincent had Charles around, and like I imagine even if they weren't friends until like a bit later on in their life, like at the start, like Charles fucking hated Vincent and stuff. But I think having a presence like Charles around, even at that early on, like could change Vincent's character. Like I could definitely see episode 3 Vincent starting out his life like Heaven's Gate Vincent, but through like his experiences changing differently, especially as a result of Charles's character.
Yeah, and I love how takes Charles to kind of it takes him until the end of the game really to kind of accept that the version of Vincent that he has been trying to preserve this whole time isn't really Vincent, and that he doesn't know that much about Vincent. Whereas Vincent, in the small time we see him, like Charles has that comment where it's just like, turns out Charlotte was Charles, whoops, hope you don't mind. And then Vincent's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they're very different in that respect. Like, for Vincent, you can tell that he cares for Charles, but probably doesn't idolize him in the same way.
Like, I think Vincent wasn't, like, expecting Charles to show up on the roof that day. And then, you know, with Charles talking about, like, catfishing and all that.
Yeah.
But, like, Vincent just wanted someone because, like, his life... I imagine his life was similar to how Vincent in Heaven's Gate was, at least in terms of, like, the backstory, like, with, like, his parents and stuff. And so, like, he wanted... Like, and there was that quote about, like, the diary as well. Not the diary, the journal. The journal. And how, like, he had planned to kill himself, but then, like, the one thing that kept him from it was, like, I still have to, like, get that back and all that, like...
Yeah.
And, man, just...
We haven't even gotten up to True Realm yet, and we're already like,
yeah. But, yeah, Dwarf, this isn't really... Okay, like, this kinda is Q84, but also kinda is not. Like, this is talking about Charles instead of... It's hard to explain if you don't know. Hello, Charlotte.
Yeah. But, like, we will not excuse Q84's behavior in this house, but when you find out how she got this way, it makes sense with the internal logic of the game.
Mm-hmm. If I were to put it in terms that you might understand, Dwarf, this whole world is a reality marble. In terms of, like, Fate Stay Night terms, this whole world is a reality marble, formed from Charles, one character's, like, how would I explain this? Brainscape, yeah. And, like, all of these characters are, like, his characters,
his OCs. So every character in this game is essentially one character.
Yeah, they're all Charles in one way or another.
Charles.
Whether he's...
Like, I think Cass also edited that meme with the astronauts, and one of them has the guy. I was like, wait, you mean it was all Charles? Always has been.
Yeah, all of these characters are Charles, even if he's not, like, directly in the story being referred to as Charles, like, possessing literal characters. They are all at least a fraction of Charles. Yeah.
Yes, and they are often ones that he cannot control, like Umbrella Man. He isn't aware of Umbrella Man's existence until the end. But it's still Charles.
Yeah.
Much like how your mind isn't necessarily in your control, and it is a cacophony of everything that you've experienced and all these different factors. So it's kind of like that. And like you have Charles that is like the conscious part of himself, and then you have all these other characters that are like more subconscious.
And one interesting thing about Umbrella Man I wanted to point out as well is like the connection to Charles's dad through Umbrella Man.
Yeah. Yes. Like, it's Umbrella Man is still Charles, but it's the parts of him that are represented by his dad are very specific.
Yeah. And I do like how Heaven's Gate also referenced that, with like the end with like the
Yes.
prom and everything, like dressing up like that.
Oh, he looks like Umbrella Man. I'm like, I was screaming. I yelled out loud, I
Yeah.
think. I was like,
And he had
oh
that
my
one
god, his
sprite.
hair.
That one sprite with like the breakdown with Vincent having like the same, again, we were talking about similar sprites. That sprite having a similar sprite to his breakdown in episode 3.
Yes, it's the exact same expression. I love how etherane purposefully reuses expressions. And I love that line that Henri says, like, oh, you look great. And then Charles is like, I look like my father.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. God, Charles, you're so relatable, King.
Charles is the character of all time.
Yes.
Could you say, the only correct answer to, like, what is your favorite Hello Charlotte character is Charles, because he's all of them. Even if you love Vincent, the Vincents that we see are from Charles's memories, and Henri we see is from Charles's memories, so the correct answer for which Hello Charlotte character is the best character, it's Charles.
If you say, oh, I hate Charles, then I'm like, you hate the entire game?
You hate everything?
You hate everyone?
You hate every character in the game?
Like, oh, I hate Charles, I love Ani.
Charles is Henri in this case.
Yeah, unless you're talking about, like, I guess maybe Heaven's Gate Henri.
Heaven's Gate, yeah.
But even then, like, a lot of times I say, like, out of all of the Hello Charlotte characters, like, Vincent is the most relatable for me. And, like, that kind of improved a lot in Heaven's Gate as well, which I am a bit ashamed to say I can relate to Vincent in Heaven's Gate.
That is fair.
Because he's a lot more flawed in Heaven's Gate. But, like...
Yeah.
But when I really think about it, also, like, Charles is just...
Charles is... I empathize a lot with Vincent, but Charles is my big relatable one. Yeah. Which is why I'm glad that you're reading Vincent's style. Read the dialogue of your kins.
Seriously? Like, why do you think my initial model had the little ponytail?
Yeah, man!
Because she couldn't define
one day I'll just have like a sprite where I'm wearing a black wig and be like Charles mode.
I could even kind of see like little bits of like Scarlet in your character, actually, a Harpie.
Oh my god, yes! I can literally just edit this sprite to have red hair and then
like the little hair, like
yeah, the bun.
Yeah, the bun, the little like squiggly, like
I can be an honor student. I can be a mean honor student.
Yeah, I mean you are like a teacher.
Yeah.
You're
and
the
I
most
have to be mean in order to do my job.
Yeah, I could see it.
Unfortunately. Well, not mean, but like I need to be strict.
Yes. In another timeline, the girl wished for the world to end. I just want to see you get like a student whose name is Charles.
And I already have. I've had Charles's, I've had Charlotte's, and every time I think, hello Charlotte.
Hello Charlotte. And like if you have to scold them, you're just like, oh. In another timeline, the girl wished for the world to end. It was a desperate, messy wish full of despair. But all it did was destroy only a fraction of the world.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the house. Like, it's so, like, ever-turning, you know?
Yeah, like we just saw with, like, how the neighbors are just other Charlottes.
Yes.
Because she couldn't grasp how big it was. You too can get your wish granted, said the god of this world. Because you, too, are the heroine of your story. You, too. Of your story.
And I love how also, like, the whole thing about, like, it only destroyed a fraction of the world because, like, they couldn't understand how big it was. That very much feels like Charles.
Yeah.
Like I know...
His desire.
I know Charles did die, but, like, I think he felt a lot more alone than he needed to be. You know what I mean?
I honestly and earnestly think that if Henri didn't move away, Charles wouldn't have gone to that.
Same.
Yeah. Like...
Same.
He wanted to understand...
I think even after his mum died, he would have had a support system with her.
Yeah. Like, I think he wanted to understand Vincent and all that, but I don't think he wanted to die. Like...
Yes.
But at the point of having Henri, like that one support system out of his life, he just kind of had nothing at that point.
Yeah.
And so all he could do was try to, like he viewed himself as filthy, so he wanted to wash that away. And again, I know you've read my script, Harpie.
Yes.
And I talk about it a lot. The parallels between how Vincent and Charles die is, even though Vincent is falling off of a building, he is, like, ascending in a way.
Yeah.
Like he's flying.
Yeah.
But with Charles, he's sinking into an ocean. And, like...
Yeah.
Like, while I'm sure, you know, the whole jumping off of a building thing is very scary, it is, like, pretty much almost instantaneous to die from that. While with Charles, it's, like, slow suffering. Because, like,
I know.
You're drowning. Like, that shit isn't instant. Ugh.
No, it's a terrible way to go.
Yeah, and I think they also took pills, like, Vincent took pills before jumping off as well. Which I believe, like, dulled a lot of his senses, too. Like, I think he was scared also in a way of, like, feeling anything when he was, like,
yeah, off. He was.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that breaks my heart is that, like, Charles doing the only thing he knew how to do to comfort a person is partially why Vincent felt like he could. And that makes me feel so sad.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the roof scene yet.
We're gonna be crying.
I know, and, like, the thing with, I really also appreciate, like, the perpetual thing of, like, filth with Charles, because I think that that's also, like, a very relatable thing. Like, for me, it's definitely a feeling I've struggled with a lot. Thankfully, not so much anymore. But growing up, it definitely was, and it was hard for me to determine whether that was from my OCD, because I wasn't diagnosed at the time, or other things. But, like, that whole kind of desire of, that whole, like, bodily feeling of feeling just unclean and not being able to get rid of it is very resonant with me in particular. And I think with other people who have gone through similar things to Charles.
Yeah, I think, like, one of the big things that I relate a lot with Charles is kind of his, like, habits and why he wears, like, the gloves over his hands. Because I definitely do the same thing that Charles does.
Yeah.
And I have in my room a box of gloves for that reason. Like, I've had people tell me to cover, you know, my hands and stuff to make me, like, a lot of people talk about that with nail biting. They're like, put something disgusting on your nails. Like something invisible.
Oh my god, I had to do that shit growing up. It was awful.
But, like, for me, even when I tried that, like, the impulse for, like, biting it overcame even that disgust. Like, that impulse is just that all-controlling. And I think that is a big thing with OCT.
It really is, because it's a compulsive. It is. Because, like, compulsions are a thing, and even if, like, you don't have OCD, like, compulsions are a thing that humans experience. And people really don't understand that yes, with the right help and with the right strategies, you can, in some instances, stop yourself. You can. But that's your whole day, pretty much. That's all your spoons for the day.
Yeah.
That's all your spoons for the week,
And,
trying to
like-
get yourself to stop from that, because it is a compulsion. It's like, I remember I once watched like a video that was talking about Junji Ito's Amigara Fault and comparing it to OCD, and that is a really good allegory in terms of compulsion, because yeah, it's not something that you can really combat if you don't know what you're doing. You know?
And it's like the same thing with like a lot of people like talk about like, you know, like phobias and stuff, and they're like like for me, like, you know, I have arachnophobia, and a lot of people they're just like, I don't understand how you could be scared of spiders. You just gotta hold a spider for a little bit and you'll get over it. Like
No.
I don't think you understand what a phobia is. Like, I'm not choosing to be scared of the spider. It's like, it's a phobia. It's not you know, like that's something I can't really control. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like phobias sometimes function in very similar ways to like triggers. Like, it's a bodily response. You have no control over it.
Yeah.
The only thing that you can do is just kind of
try
navigate
and
around
not,
the stimuli.
Yeah, try not experience that. And like a lot of people are like, well, just keep exposing yourself to that to get over it. And my question is, why should we expose ourselves to something that makes us suffer for quite a while to become comfortable with it? Like, why can't we just ignore it? Like, why can't we navigate around it so we don't have to constantly feel that displeasure?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, and it's something that you can work with, and like maybe you know, through a lot of work you can have a lessened reaction that you might have had originally, but it's not something that goes away.
And and like that's also like a thing about like recovery and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, once you recover, you're all good. But the thing is, like with recovery is like, you can, and you almost definitely will, I would say, you will have, you know, relapses and stuff. Like recovery isn't a one-way street. Like, you can feel good one day and then the next it's like you're back to step one.
Yeah, exactly. And like, also the thing that people don't get, whether it be for like phobias and also compulsions, is that people will try to help you through it by explaining that it isn't rational. Most of the time we know this.
Yes.
Right? We already accept it. It is a response that we cannot control, and we only feel bad being reminded of the fact that it's illogical.
Yeah.
Because we have tried to logic ourselves out of it.
Exactly.
Like, that is the first thing that you do. And like, when I get into a really, really bad OCD spiral where I can't move away from something, I will ground myself, and I know how to do that now, but I don't do that by thinking about it logically. I need to kind of work with, a lot of the times it's like, okay, like let's say I have a compulsion where I need to lock my door properly, because that's kind of a compulsion that I get.
I'm the same
My
way.
solution around that was not to undo that compulsion, because I couldn't. It was to buy a lock for my door. Because before I'd be stuck for like 20 minutes per night at least trying to close my door in a way that felt safe. And I'd like buy a lock. Or sometimes, you know, you can maybe swap one compulsion for one that's less damaging to yourself and be like, this has the same effect. But either way, I am working with the logic of my brain here, because OCD logic is different from actual logic.
Yeah, I have that feeling like, for me, like, I have that compulsion with bathrooms, actually. Like, I try not to show it when I'm in public with friends and like people need to use the restroom, and or like I have to use the restroom, but I have like I don't know if I would say like deeply, well, I would say it actually, deeply rooted trauma related to the bathroom. And so like one of my things is like, some people will be okay with, you know, stalls, with like where the lock is, like the lock doesn't work. I like, first of all, I hate going into public bathrooms in the first place. I will tend to look for like an isolated bathroom that I can lock before I go into a public bathroom, like with all the stalls and stuff. But if I go into a bathroom, I would. There are some times where I think I would rather like just pee myself than have to get into a bathroom with a stall that does not lock.
Yeah, and like it can be the thing. It's kind of like sometimes if it's stuff that you need to do, you'd rather, like, for me, my compulsions always come around going to sleep. So some nights I'd just be like, I'd rather not even try.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, with the whole like having something else, and like with me with the bathroom, like sometimes like I'll be living in houses where there's like no lock. Luckily, this house does have a lock. But I used to live in a house without a lock, and I always had, you know, that compulsion to like make sure there was no way for anyone to go into the bathroom. And so I used to live in this one house where they had like a lot of cats, and they had like what are the tubs of like cat litter, like heavy tubs of cat litter, and they would have like 2 or 3 tubs of cat litter in the bathroom because like the like litter box was in the bathroom. And so I would painstakingly, while I was gonna go use the bathroom, I would painstakingly come and grab all of the cat litter and put them in front of my door to make sure, like, even if someone were to open it, there would be no way for them to open it because it would be like stuck.
Yeah. I used to pile stuff between my chest of drawers and my door too.
Yeah, I used to move my drawer too.
little obsessive compulsive things. But it's kind of like and it's kind of like also sometimes like I'll get myself out of a spiral kind of flowing with the logic of the OCD. I'll be like, okay, if doing this means that the bad thing will happen, then I'm gonna say doing this is gonna make the good thing happen. And I know that both of these things are not true and completely circumstantial, but I need to say myself to that because if I go with its logic, it makes it so much easier to deal with. Because I've kind of you're playing 5D chess with yourself. That's what having OCD is like.
It's like it's like when going outside, like one of my things, I forgot what the term is. Like the fear of being alone outside. But
I don't know what the term is either, but yeah.
I also have that fear of being outside, and like, well, I'm pretty sure nothing would change. Like a lot of people do tell me that they're like, oh, you're just, you know, like one of my things is like I won't go outside even in the front yard, or like past the front yard. Like I'll only be able to go like up to the gate. But even then, I don't like going up to the gate. And one of the things is like, oh, if I have to go down to the corner store, which is just like a short walk away, it is like there's like that fear inside of me, and like a lot of people will be like, oh, it's fine, you just gotta walk more and, you know, nothing bad is gonna happen. But like like that's again like with the you know, like people saying that, like trying to explain the rational in the irrational, like, you know, and it's like that's not, you know, that's not possible. Like even though I know realistically, like I won't get kidnapped or I won't get murdered or whatever is going in through my head that is keeping me afraid from going outside. It's like there's always that percentile, like this isn't a 100% guarantee. Like I know that you're thinking rationally, but me myself, I'm thinking in like percentages.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I'm gonna describe this in vague terms because I know that you're gonna play it at some point. But the way they handle Yasod's character in LobCorp, they don't expressly say that he has OCD, but if you know, you know. This man has OCD. Like, it's extremely, extremely obvious that he has OCD. And like, there's a part in his character where you can tell that he was really trying to just shove it all down and lock off his emotions and just think rationally about it as a means of coping, and it didn't work for him because he was trying to apply the logic of reality to his feelings, and that never works for OCD. You do need to have a good sense of what objective reality is. Yes, you can't just, give away, but you can't just try to force the logic of a neurotypical brain onto an OCD brain. That isn't going to work. And I like how his story, and I liked how, because each character kind of has like a little phrase to like summarize their emotional growth, and Yasod's was the rationality to maintain discretion. And I love that word because it's like using discretion and being like taking each situation for what it is and figuring out which logic you need to apply to it in order to get through it. And I really like that message because that is how you manage OCD. It's not just about either giving into the logic of the OCD completely or trying to transpose objective reality over it when you know that isn't going to work. It's about kind of making those bargains with how your brain works and figuring out a way where you can manage it. Yeah. Anyway,
back to the game.
That's the OCD ramble.
Yes. Today is just rambles.
Today is just rambles.
I mean, we were prepared for this. This is a retrospective.
Yes. I was just like, hey, we should do a stream where like we just talk about analyzing the game as we play it and just talk about whatever the hell comes to our minds.
Sorry,
that's
I'm
the goal. Not you.
God, so many sneezes. God.
I liked how your model actually sneezed. It's really cute.
Thank you.
Your model can sneeze.
Oh God. I still feel it in my nose. I hate when that happens. Sorry for sneezing all over you.
I sneezed all over.
There's school today too, huh? I'm not in a hurry though, so I can wander around a bit. Alright. I will say though, it is quite late for me, so it's a bit hard for me to be talking at this volume of voice right now.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
I think we should probably end stream here, but if you're down for still hanging out, Harpie, I'd love to hang out.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. And like we can always resume. This can be the first episode of Hello Charlotte Lore Dive.
Yes. The sea cast, if you will.
Yes, the sea cast.
But yes,
we're all C here.
Yes, we're all C. We're all Charles here.
Just Charles.
Just Charles. Just Charles. Alright. Thank you guys again for coming for this stream, and I'll let you guys know when we're doing this again.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Yes, it's been very fun diving into this series that we both have brainworms over, and it'll be fun to continue doing it. Maybe we can do more than 30 minutes of gameplay next time.
3 hours later.
3 hours later.
Charlotte has taken 3 steps.
But yeah, I will see you guys later, and good night, everyone.
See you guys.
See you. Bye-bye.